Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, and thank you for joining us for another episode of The Role Players. I'm your Dungeon Master, Judd, and these are my wonderful players. Yes, all of you guys.
Hey.
Say hello, say hello.
Hi. What's up?
Hi.
How are you? Are you surviving, everyone?
Yeah, everybody staying safe out there in this, especially for those states that are starting to open up. Be very careful. Mask, gloves, social distancing, wash hands. Still take
Everything
it
you need.
very carefully.
That's right.
We're praying for humanity right now. So, and let's see. Let's just first of all, Alyssa will not be joining us tonight. She is dealing with some logistical things, so hopefully we'll see her again soon. In the meantime, just a couple quick announcements before we begin. Our giveaway that we've been talking about for quite a while is officially actually launched.
Yay.
I see people are out there retweeting it, retreating. Can't talk tonight. It's not a good sign. Following, do all the things on there. You get additional entries for doing all the things. So we really appreciate it. Especially, we can't make it part of the contest anymore because of APIs, but follow or subscribing to us on YouTube, that really means a lot. And following us at all the social medias, everything listed there, we'd really appreciate it. So good luck to you. There's a $100 gift certificate at Dwarven Forge, $100, which is awesome. $100 for use on D&D Beyond, and $100 to use at Level Up Dice, which have some really, really shiny math rocks. So, and a hand-painted mini from our own Peter.
What?
Yeah.
What?
One that we've used on the show as well, and then a subscription actually to our channel here. So,
and guys, I got news for you. When Peter paints a mini, it looks good.
Thanks, buddy.
It ain't bad. That's true.
Ain't bad at all.
Ain't too bad. It ain't too bad.
Ain't too bad. Yeah. So we're really excited about that. So check it out. You can go to Twitter. We posted it there. I don't think we've done an additional post on Instagram, but we will do that later this evening or tomorrow. But go to Twitter. You can definitely see it there. And thank you to all of our new followers and our subscribers and all of you out there. We love you all. So good to see you again. So without further ado, let's jump into our intro and hear that beautiful song that Otto wrote for us. And we'll be right back.
Let me tell you a story about a time that me and my friends found a new world. It started on a ship, brought together by a storm. We traveled through the rift to a new world beyond. We were thrown into shackles, we were hunted down by thieves, but we'll never let it stop us from saving a necromancer, for we are thee.
All right. Well, we didn't get to listen to that, but I hope you enjoyed it because I freaking love that song. All right, everyone. Well, let's bring it in and remind ourselves what happened last week in Anacrally.
I don't remember at all, you guys. What did we do?
What do we do?
Well,
So much.
you infiltrated. Oh,
Dad, do you have my sheet? Guys, this is important. My notes sheet.
Oh, this is
Uh
I
oh.
thought I gave it to you. I
No,
thought it was
that's
in
a
your
random
notes.
for
other.
real.
That's some other random paper that you have other secret code looking things on. I don't know. Okay.
Do we really
Do
want
the
to go by
recap.
your
Do the
notes?
recap. I'm gonna grab my notes.
Okay.
from Chad's
Don't hit
office.
anything on your screen or it'll
Okay.
shift all the position. Okay.
These messages.
Yes. Well, as Tabitha will join us in a moment, I will remind you that you all.
Hey, what? That's weird. weird.
Wait, you guys are at the same place?
You guys can teleport?
Whoa.
Hey, look at that.
Summon ally.
I
Wow.
want
Wizards.
Yeah, dude.
Wizards.
Yeah.
We're just gonna fuck around till you're back. That's it.
that.
Yeah.
And then after you get back, we're gonna continue to fuck around.
Yeah, that's
yeah, that's a
Exactly.
safe
that is
bet.
our MO.
Kinda
Yeah.
like-
That
what we're gonna do.
tracks.
Yep.
That sounds about right.
All right. Okay. And here we go. Last week, after finding the secret entrance to the hidden city up in the Dolgora Mountains, you all made your way inside, following this flickering blue light and a series of different challenging rooms and a hell of a lot of steps as you made your way up towards the city. There you encountered a pitiful creature by the name of Geizel, who, though you spared his life, he took you aside and gave you information about this place and implored you to save his sister. And they were adventurers caught in the city, and they turned his sister to stone and said, "If you get my sister, I will tell you everything I know." And he indeed showed you a secret passage up to the city, and Ariset and Seville managed to go rescue his sister, bringing her back as you're all hiding in this tunnel. You know that there is some sort of a procession of all these necromancers in this evil hidden city, with some small being levitated above them as they march their way towards the tip of the city. And now reunited with his sister and crying tears of happiness, he instructs her how to flee and save herself, and then turns to you all, especially you, Dagmara, and said, "I will help you find your Tevin." And that's where we left things. As you all, whoops, kick the mic. As you all are pushed into this tight secret tunnel on the outside wall of this hidden city, Makutha, what would you like to do?
Well, can I ask a question? The wall, is it the outer walls like of
Yeah.
the city, basically?
Yeah, so as Seville and Ariset came out, they saw that they were indeed on the inside of that outer main fortress wall that goes around the entire city. The entire city
Yeah.
is encapsulated in this very high 35-foot wall.
All right, so we found out that there's a decrepit, dying tree that maybe Anazora had reacted to. That is the sort of a sister or brother tree of the one in Vorden.
Yes,
And,
absolutely.
And Geizel, what is with this tree?
I don't know much about the tree. It's just evil and drips blackness. I stay away. I don't like it.
Drips blackness. Heavens. Where is the tree?
It's in the center. It's not far from here.
And in that moment, I say, well, something tells me we have no other choice but to go there, do we?
Well, we could go around it, but where I think they're holding your betrothed it's on that path, but we can go around it if you want. And you all remember at that moment that Anazoris is standing there with you, and she's holding her tiny golden tree that still seems to be just receding and recoiling away from the
right.
city, like trying to push deeper into her palm as she's holding it.
Oh, baby Groot.
I know.
Well, wait. I could take you around the tree. I could take you past it.
Guys, tell me one thing here.
Yes.
Why was there just one individual statue, your sister, in a house? Are they all in different houses? Why wouldn't they keep them together? What's happening here?
What do you mean? Why is my sister not with the others?
Yeah, why was she in a house by herself down in the basement? Why wasn't she put with others? Why keep her?
She's a
Isolated.
collateral to keep me working.
So
The
that was
others,
just for you. The others are together.
the others are for a different purpose. As I told you, they are experimenting with them. They want to know what the blood and what the body can't give them knowledge.
Okay, well, where are they
Yeah,
experimenting?
let's not wait.
Several places, but the main one on the far side, opposite side of town, on this level. It's not far. The procession, I think, has already moved past it, but we'll have to proceed carefully. They are heading down to the tip.
Guys, so
So-
why are they parading? What's this parade all about?
I don't know. I haven't seen this before.
Oh,
Are they getting
And-
ready to march on those 5 locations?
I don't think so. This seems different. I don't know. I only saw them for a moment.
something's
Well, if
happening,
they're
guys.
gathered there, then let's go get your Tevin here. and
Yes,
get
yes, I think
into
it's a good time.
safer-
I think it's a good time if they're all. It seems that most of
like
them are in
moving.
this procession,
Very aggressive.
this parade. Let's go.
Then
Lead
lead
the
on,
way.
my friend.
All right, and he just kind of pushes past you and grabs the handle to this stone wall and just opens this small kind of, it's like 3 foot wide. You have to kind of squeeze to get out of it and empty yourself into the city. So who's going first? Actually, Geisel's going to jump through there. He's going to look all around, wait a moment, and then jump out. It's good, it's clear. Come.
I follow him.
Okay.
closely.
I'm
Yep,
kind
we're
of
all
like
going.
hanging back, like reluctant, but I do go.
Okay.
One of the last ones.
Okay. All right. So who's after
Well,
Erisette?
probably after- I'll go out right after.
Okay. Dagmara. And Seville, I assume you're going to be there pretty close to the front.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess
Then,
I'll be after him.
okay.
And I'll
then,
be last.
excellent.
Oh, I guess
So-
Inazora, wherever she can go
And,
to.
okay. Anazora's going to follow Erisette.
Great.
Hi.
Hi.
And she's,
Apple tree. Is
she-
he doing okay?
No.
Where do you have it?
and she's got it in her palm, and it's almost like, it's trying to push her back. Like it doesn't want to go.
Oh,
I don't know if it's me here. You try. And she hands it to you, Erisette. And you see you feel the warmth of it, but it's not as warm as you know that it has been. Like the edges of it are cold as it too retracts in your hand and seems like with all of its little might is trying to push you back towards the door that you just came out of.
oh, tree. I don't know. It's very scared, Anazora. It's very, very scared.
Well, why don't you hold it for me so it stays safer?
Safer with me, Anazora. I mean, you're so powerful.
I don't know. It seems, I don't know what's wrong with it.
Do we have a pouch that's protective? Didn't I have a pouch that was hiding that jewel?
You do.
Maybe
Geizel gave you a special pouch.
Yes, I'm gonna put it in there. And I take out my pouch and I put it in there,
And
hoping that
no,
that
no,
somehow
wait, no.
insulates-
Geizel reaches out. No, nothing living. Is that alive?
Oh yes, yeah, I think so.
No, do not put it in there.
Oh,
Hey, am I crazy? I don't remember this pouch at all. When
Uh,
did this happen?
Geizel retrieved it and gave it to you as a place to hide.
my
What
big
did?
fat stone.
Yes,
Oh.
yes, the amethyst crystal with the spiral pattern on it.
Spiral on it.
He warned you
Got
that these necromancers can sense certain objects that have magic, and so
Got it.
he said you could
So
hide it in
kinda,
this
like,
pouch.
blocked it. Okay, got
Yeah.
it.
It needs something. It needs a feeling of being safe somehow. Does somebody have an idea? Something we could do for it? Can you sing a song to it? Bard, you're a bard. Otto, why don't you sing to it?
This is not. No, do
I
not
don't
sing.
think this is the place.
I'm not singing a song to a tree. Let's go and find Dagmara's missing person.
Okay,
I-
then I just stuff it in my breast just for now, and I just try to give it love the best I can until it.
Okay, I'll
I'll
take it.
take
I'll
care of
take
it.
it back. I'll take it back soon. I'm worried about this other tree. And as you all look around, you see that you're in this kind of narrow road, almost an alleyway that runs along the wall. And you look up, and the top of the wall here is about 20 feet up. And there are several buildings that go left and right. And they're rather large and surprising given that you know this is a necromantic city. to see that there are faded, beautiful colors painted on the outside of these buildings, bright yellows and oranges and reds, and it almost discerning or almost kind of distracts you for a moment as you see these kind of beautiful facades of old, though starting to fall into disrepair.
Mm.
And again, it's nighttime and it's cold and the wind and the chill are biting at you. Your breath can be seen. What would you like
Is
to do?
there anyone around?
Roll a perception check for me.
In the meantime, are those touchable? Like everything carved into the walls, and is that something? Is there something that I know about them that I could feel a connection to?
You can roll a history check for me.
I got a 19.
Yeah, 19. So
Ooh.
as the rest are talking, Tabitha, you step away from the group and you look up and down the street and you don't see any sign of anybody. You catch the glimpse of something high up in the sky, kind of flying over. It looked like some kind of a creature, but it disappeared over the building too quickly. But as far as you can tell, you don't see anything here.
Got an 8.
Okay. They're pretty. Yeah.
Did you
I mean,
guys see that?
You knew that this city used to be part of that academy of sun worshippers, so you can just assume that it's kind of part of that whole motif.
Geizel, which way? Which way do we go to find Dagmara's fiance?
What? Are we going to the tree or around it?
I don't know which is the fastest way.
By the tree is the fastest, but I leave it to you.
Yes, if it's along the way, then that's fine. But we'd better get moving before these cultists start to stir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tabitha,
Yeah?
what did you say?
I just said, did you guys see that? I saw something up in the sky, and I was just gonna actually ask you, Geizel, was that a bird or like some other kind of creature that was flying?
And he quickly looks up and looks all around, rather worried.
What was it? Was it a person or creature?
What did it look like? I got a 19, and you said I could
You
kind of.
could tell it was a creature of some kind. It didn't look like a person.
Okay, it was a
You-
creature.
Am I right in thinking that you had mentioned a certain wormling before?
There is a wormling, but it doesn't. It's more of a drake. It doesn't have wings. It wouldn't be that. But there are other flying creatures here that sometimes patrol, but I haven't seen them lately.
I'm in the middle of our marching order.
Okay.
I'll keep my eyes peeled toward the sky as we advance.
Good. I think we should go. Come.
And I kind of nod to the team.
And
I
he.
pick up the pace at the end and try to like bring us all
Okay, great.
quickly along.
And as we walk, I kind of knock an arrow, just kind of ready at the
Yeah.
ready.
Okay. Okay, great.
Good
And-
idea.
And Geizel first closes the door behind, and you see the moment that it kind of pulls out and goes flush, it completely vanishes on the wall. And
This way.
and he darts across the street and he starts staying in the shadows of, it's mostly dark. There are some of those blue torchlights in between some of these houses and buildings here, but it's very dark. It's very easy to kind of hide in the shadows as he makes his way along, going to the left, going past 3 buildings. And you can see as you go along that there looks like the next level of the city, it seems to be tiered. And the next, you're going close to what would be the 3rd tier of the city. And you see stairs, double wide stairs going up. And it looks like maybe 25, 30, maybe even 40 feet to the next level. And you see the tops of various buildings up there. But as he passes the last building, instead of going towards those stairs, he takes a right and quickly looks around, doesn't see anything,
Clear.
and advances down the street. And as you go, and you're kind of now skirting next to this separating wall between the tier you're on and the next tier up, and skirting along it and looking all over as you go. And you hear some noises, and
Get back.
and you all scurry to the closest building into another alleyway, and he's watching.
There's skeletons. Hold on. and he's looking, and he comes back. Skeletons and another prisoner.
What?
Yeah, the-
Skeletons what? Walking?
Yeah, they're coming down the other set of stairs from the other tier.
Skeletons walking. Great.
How many? How many of them?
Hold on,
Fantastic.
hold on. And he's trying to get just an eye around the corner. Looks like 6 and a necromancer. And he pulls back.
Oh, and a
Okay.
necromancer.
And see, they're dragging somebody.
Let's all hide. Maybe
We could just let it go by. What do you want to do?
I want to see what that prisoner looks like.
I
Alright.
almost want to poke my head and see
Yeah.
if
Hey,
that's
listen, there's
Tevin.
3 of us who don't have disguises here. So if anything goes bad, if we're spotted, grab a person who
Yeah.
not clothed and they are our prisoner.
Is there any place to hide from them around?
Yeah, so you've stepped into an alley between 2 buildings right now. This one is more narrow than where you emerged from the secret stairway. So it's only about 4 or 5 feet across, and it's almost complete darkness here. And looking around, you don't see anybody around. Who wants to poke their head out and take a look?
I will.
I would. Oh,
I'm
We're gonna do the
underneath.
Scooby Doo. We're all gonna be
Yeah.
on top of each other's head.
Okay.
I was gonna say I want to hide, but
I'm
yeah.
going to be hiding as well underneath Otto's cloak.
All right. Well, whoever
Okay.
jumped out and wants to look, go ahead.
And just as a reminder, Seville, Otto, and who has the third
Yeah.
cloak?
And
Gabriella.
Azora, because she's orange, I thought.
Oh, and Anazora. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All
I'm
right. So what?
peeking out,
Okay. What? Go ahead and roll perception for me.
rolling right now. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. We've got 22.
22. Yeah. So you very carefully look out, and you can see. First, you see this person in those dark robes coming down. His hands inside the sleeves, leading this group, and there are 2 skeletons, and then the next 2 are dragging. Looks like a human male. Your breath catches for a moment, but you could tell that the hair color and just the build are different from Tevin's. You can't tell if this person's alive or dead, but they're definitely not walking. They're being dragged, held up by their shoulders. And then 2 more skeletons in the rear. All the skeletons have swords except for the last 2 that have bows.
And are they going away from us, or
They're coming down another set of stairs going up to the
Okay.
next tier. And as Dagmara, as you are watching, they take a left, moving away from you.
How could we spot? You said there was a prisoner.
Mm-hmm.
Can we tell like who the prisoner is or how they're?
You could tell that they were being dragged, but
he's
you
just
and I are
dragged
hiding.
and beat up?
Yeah.
What do you
Um,
see, Gabriella?
there's 6 skeletons. The 2 at the end have bows. The other ones have swords. And necromancers at the front.
And the prisoner? One of anyone from your village?
I don't recognize him, but I don't think he's Tevin either. So they took a left, and
Look, we're going to leave it up to you. If it's someone from your village, we'll help you go after him, because I wouldn't want that fate.
the risk. I would. I don't. There's 7 of them. Can we take them? That's the question.
Well, if we do, we get to that necromancer fast. But look, I don't know. Look, it might be your companion. It might be someone you know. I don't know. If we're going after Tevin, and
Well,
if they went the other way,
it's worth noting that if we go after this necromancer now,
Yeah.
there's a chance that we could draw the attention of the others, and it
Yes,
could erase
and I was
any
going-
chance we have of getting to Tevin.
Exactly.
I agree, Otto. I don't think we have the time to focus on anything besides Tevin.
Well,
And
of
you-
course, that's assuming that Tevin's life matters more than that poor schluff who was taken prisoner. But I suppose that's more of a philosophical debate, which we don't really have time for.
And they kind of give like a little frustrated laugh of like, everybody's life matters. So I say that we do what we talked about last time, or a few minutes ago. How about we go out, you as the necromancers and we as prisoners, and we try our luck that way.
No,
What-
I
what
don't
is
think
our
that's
luck?
right.
This is honestly one of the worst ideas I've ever heard.
All
Wait,
right, come
you,
off
Tabitha.
it.
No, I
Come
agree with
off
Tabitha.
it.
Thank
Well-
you. We can't go saving everybody in this goddamn.
No,
I
listen.
just said that there's literally 200
Shh,
necromancers
Abigail.
of people all together.
Yes, I think there's a chance.
200.
I think there's a chance that he'll be going to where we're going. It's a good sign that he's alive. They wouldn't carry him that way if he were dead.
Wait,
Might
are
be.
we going to that place?
We
Geizel?
might be. I don't know where they're taking him, but we're going the same direction.
Well, let's leave.
So
a
we
little
might be able to
distance
save
between
both.
us. Well, let's leave a little distance because
Geizel.
Otto's right. If we don't kill them in a flash, and one of them escapes or a signal or something, then
We're as good
everything
as
here
dead.
is dead. Exactly. Everybody's dead, and
Mhm.
probably us. So
And
let's do it.
listen,
Anazora,
speaking to
Yes.
your point, Dagmara.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead, Seville. But then I have something I want to say.
Anazora, look, you and the undead. This
Yes.
is your show here. If something comes down to it, you tell us what we need to do.
I will. I can handle it.
Good. But you have to
Dagmara.
this time. You've got to fight
do.
this time.
You consider undead people evil, right, Anazora?
They're dead, so I don't have to worry about keeping them alive.
Ah, that's great. That's great.
Good.
Right.
and I give a kind of almost like.
Dagmara, I think Tabitha came on a little strong. It's not the worst idea I've
Sorry.
ever heard. There used to be this member of our party who just came up with even worse ideas than that. So you shouldn't feel bad. But what I will say is she's right, and that if we try and make undue complications for ourselves by posing to be one of them, well, we risk it all if they see through our ruse. It's just simply too risky. These disguises may help us from afar, but up close, we can't risk that. We need to stay on our path, make our way to the tree, as we then further make our way to Tevin.
And then I kind of compose myself and sigh, and I say, suppose you're right. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be so eager. You already are here helping me, so let's do it your way.
Right, you've got friends now. Just let's stay the course. Come on now, everyone.
Yes, come. The
Very
tree.
well.
The tree is close, so just be careful. And he scurries out again. And as you all come around the corner, you can see that the band of skeletons and the necromancer are now about 120 or so feet. They're far ahead, and they turn to the right and go out of view. And as Geizel waits a moment to see that happen, then he quietly slips down. Again, that retaining wall is off to your left, and you're passing a building right now to your right. And as you crest the edge of this building, you see a large open space, and with several buildings built in these kind of semicircle shapes around it. And sitting in the middle is a large tree. It looks like a giant bonsai tree. It has that same kind of shape of the twisting trunk and the tufts of branches and leaves. And it's very similar to the golden tree you saw in Vorden, except that this one is black. And it seems like it's sitting in a pool of some kind of just black liquid. And there are little blue torch flames that surround the pool that go completely around this circle of this pool that the tree is in. And Erisette, as you stand there looking at it, you feel the golden tree is just fighting like crazy in your pocket.
And I try to talk to it, and I pat it a little, like, shh, there. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Here, let me have it. And Anazora reaches out for it. And she takes it, and you all see for that moment that it's like it's trying to glow with that golden energy that it had, almost like there's some kind of interference, and it's going from this flash of gold to this cold, dark gray kind of color. And Anazora clasps it in her hands and starts to walk forward, staring at the tree. And Geizel's like, wait, what is she doing?
She can speak with the tree or something. I don't
Oh,
know.
Anazora! And I grab her back. Anazora, you cannot go out there, and you cannot talk to that tree. There's clearly something wrong with that tree. Don't go there.
I agree. There's something wrong with that tree. I don't know. I feel, and she goes down on a knee and if, DM
I'm drawing my
might
hand
want
crossbow out,
some dice.
and I'm checking the perimeter while Anazora is having her episode.
And I
I'm
put
gonna run a religion check. I'm gonna do a religion check.
Okay, go ahead. And you see, she stands up again. I don't think we should stay here.
I got an 11.
Something is,
An 11.
yeah, no, I mean, you only know now very little about these trees, that what you learned in Vorden about the golden tree, and what Geizel mentioned before about this tree that you now see just seems to be this dark, a very necromantic tree. With Anazora is just kind of looking a little unstable.
Well, if you don't think we should be here, then let's go. And I'll
I
try
think
to go and bring her up by the arm.
I'm just,
Okay.
yeah.
And you help
Did
her.
she sense anything from this? Anazora, do you sense any evil from this tree? Anything? Is it dying, or is it just black evil?
Oh, it's not. It's evil. It's evil. I thought maybe I could cure it or something, but no, I think we need to keep going. Good. This way. Come.
Sorry
And
that it didn't work out how you wanted.
as you go about another 10, 15 feet, Anazora cries out and collapses again. Roll another.
We're really going to have to work on her volume situation. I mean, we're trying to be sneaky here.
I just go over to her and sit and try to tend to her.
She's writhing on the ground now, and you can see her hand is clutching that tree.
Can I try to kick it out of her hand?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, it looks like maybe it's hurting her. I try to kick the tree out of
Just
her hand.
just roll a dex check. Let's see if you can
Okay.
get it, because she's squirming around.
The
I'm
little
gonna
tree?
go, I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
little
into
tree's in
the
her hand.
The dice roller that I linked in the chat earlier. If anyone
Oh,
wants to
which one
join.
are you using?
The roll dice with friends.
Okay.
So I rolled 19 plus my dexterity
Oh,
save
yeah.
is 5, so 24.
So you just pin her wrist and pry her fingers open, and you take the tree, and it looks the same that you saw it a moment ago. Like it's fading, almost like
Yeah.
the little tree itself is fading to darkness. And
I don't even want to take it per se. I just want to kick it out of her hand and
Okay.
separate her from it.
okay, you just kind of bat her hand, and it kind of rolls away, and she's in her pain is trying to reach out and
And I'm right
get
there
it.
and I'll pick it up.
Okay. Tabitha, you snatch it. You don't feel anything. She seems to just be dealing with Anazora. And
Does
then,
it look like Anazora looks better now?
no, she's writhing in pain on the ground. And you even
While this
see
is
a little
happening-
bit of blood starting to trickle out of her nose.
Right.
Oh.
I'm checking the perimeter and the areas that we could get flanked or snuck up on,
Jeez.
and I'm just checking those to make sure we just don't.
Okay, roll a
don't get
perception
attacked.
check. Otto,
Oh,
as you...
heal her.
I want to, I
And-
kind of go down to a knee and I just want to try to take stock of her. Does it seem
and-
like physical
she's-
injury, or does it seem like
She keeps kind of oscillating between grabbing her head and reaching out toward Tabitha, and you see as she looks at you, her eyes for a second just go to this blackness, and then it fades away again, and you can see it looks like she is fighting, and Tabitha, she's reaching out for that tree again.
And I
And-
just take a further step back so that she can't.
Okay, and she's just
Sorry, ma'am.
Yeah, I wonder if that was what was at fault here to some degree, because she's the one that had it.
and her actions are starting to slow. Her kind of her motion, and she starts to slow and calm, and her breathing starts to soften, And then suddenly there is a bright golden explosion of light, just poof, and Anazora is gone.
Okay.
A bright explosion of light. Yeah,
Of
so I
golden-
probably do like one of these, and I'm like by
Of-
the time my eyes readjust, I go to like tend to her some more, and I'm just like, she's gone. She's gone.
Was it noticeable? Did
Otto,
anybody see us?
roll a perception check.
So I have a 21 on my perception check, Judd, around the perimeter.
So far, you just see Geisel's looking very anxiously, like, we have to move, grab her. But then she vanishes, and he just stares there. You don't see anybody yet, but you can hear there's some chanting and kind of, you hear this noise of somebody maybe screaming off in the distance, and maybe some chanting, but it doesn't sound close. Otto, what you got?
Dagmara?
All right.
Dagmara, when people disappeared from Luknor, have you talked to anyone who has seen it before? Like seen it happen, or?
I just kind of shake my head because I'm still in disbelief of what I just saw. And I just say, aside from seeing Tevin disappear, I have no idea.
I got a 9.
I wish I could tell
A
you.
9.
Judd, do I know anything actually about? Have I seen anything before?
You're thinking back, your memory's a little vague, your mind is still a little scrambled. You know that of about the 20 people that disappeared from Luknor,
All I know is that
they
my
just
mother
kind of
had-
vanished in the night.
It's been so muddy that I even remembered now that I told you that 10,000 people had gone when it had only been 20. I can't even trust my own memory. I'm so sorry. I just know that I did not see a bright light. I saw a very faint, glowing puff of smoke, and that's it.
I do an investigation check around the area where she disappeared.
Okay, hold on. Otto, as you were right there with her and tending to her and about to try to heal her, and that light, that flash happened, you noticed at first it was gold, but for a split second you saw this glowing green kind of scene before you of trees and other foliage, and that flash before your eyes kind of just burned from the brightness, and that's all you saw. Go ahead and roll investigation if you want, Arizet.
Is the
I
little
have
tree still there?
5.
The little tree is still in your hand.
Okay.
I got a 5.
Yeah, there's no like remnant or anything on the ground of where she was.
I pull the little tree close to my mouth and I say, like, hey, you know where Anazora went? She kind of just disappeared. And I like put my ear up to it and I'm just like, maybe I can talk to the tree too.
And it's just kind of cuddled in your hand there. But Seville, you notice now at Arizet, it starts to come into view that there are these black tendrils that are coming out of the pool that are creeping over towards you. And Geizel starts grabbing you. Wait, run!
Yeah,
Okay, I'm running.
And he
I
lets
start
go of
to
you,
run.
and you guys don't move fast enough, and he just skirts off around another building to get away from these tendrils. Are you guys following?
Yes,
Yep.
running. I'm running
Yes,
as fast as I can.
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you all make your way around, following, and he's looking back and looking all over and starting to get a bit panicked. And he passes this final building, and on his right, he looks around and he puts up a hand, and you all catch up.
Okay.
And the building, your love, I think, is in that building
What?
over there.
And I just like, vroom.
No, I grab her.
Okay. Okay.
I hold Gabriella. Dagmara. Just hold her right there.
No, shh. They'll
I
probably
just
be.
grab her back and I just settle.
It's where they
We've gotta go in
test.
quietly. We've got to go in quietly.
Fine.
We've,
And I look at
we've-
Tabitha and I'm like, for you, I will go quietly.
Please.
I don't
we've-
see them anymore. I don't see the skeletons.
We've gone in search of one and lost another. Our fri-
Geizel, go ahead, Otto. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Oh, it's okay. I was just going to say, Anazora's gone.
Yeah,
Vanished. Disappeared.
yeah.
I think it was too much for her. I do. I think the struggle she was bearing somehow with her connection to that tree in the presence of that other evil source was somehow tearing her apart.
Okay, but also, Geizel, have you ever seen like a light explosion that looked like that?
I've never seen anything like that here. It was,
Great.
let me see. Hold on.
Look, we had heard her mention that there was some cosmic, I don't know, divine forces at work here. It almost seems like what happened is perhaps the likes of divine magic that we'll never see. But why? I suppose that's a question that we may or may not get the answer to, but I will say, Tabby, you're rather glib that she's just gone.
Well, I was thinking that maybe we could get her, or maybe this is how everyone disappeared, and like when we go like free this one guy, then we'll be able to like find her and free her too, and it will be just like a solvable problem.
I hope
perhaps she
I
had
hope-
just separated or something to preserve herself. Maybe she just temporarily went back to the Feywild, but we'll be back.
Okay, but I wanted to go to the Feywild. Now she's gone on without me.
Yeah, but
I
it's,
didn't know she had that ability and was holding out on us all this time.
And I've heard so
Listen,
much of the
yeah.
pain that this is causing, and I just go up to Tabby and I give you a tight hug, and I just turn to all of you and I say, I'm sorry that my quest has caused you all so much pain.
Oh, really? It's fine.
I would go forth alone if I have to. I just can't ask you to go any further. I'm not trying to be humble. I just can't. I'm sorry. One's already been gone.
well, we've come this far.
I know.
Yeah.
We should
And
join you.
frankly, Dagmara, some of this was not your creation. I mean, we were on a quest to find a source of evil regardless. So we might have had this happen to Anazora regardless. Don't feel too bad.
We can't stay out here. We can't stay out here long.
We should make some quick decisions.
I'm gonna go check up and see about the entrance to this place.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
me too. I would imagine
Okay.
we're all staying together.
Okay, so what he's pointing out is a building that is across, and this looks a little bit larger. Like this might be one of the major kind of walkways, almost like the analog of a street in this city. And you see, it looks like a 2-story house. It's got windows. It looks quite lovely, or it once was quite beautiful with the different painting facade on the outside. It's got a porch that comes out a little bit with a stone, nicely carved stone entrance and a thick, heavy wood door in the front. And you do see some soft, like flickering fireplace light inside.
Geizel, this is where they do experiments, you said?
Yes, this is where they test for the ones they capture if they are worthy. Something to do with those sites, I don't know, but they're looking not just to capture anybody, they're looking for something specific.
Do you know anything about which rooms they keep people in and which rooms they keep themselves in?
I've only been in one time. I know that there's a central shaft that goes through the house and there's a level down below. That's where they take people,
Okay.
but I've never been down there.
Geizel, do you know what they try to extract from the people?
I don't. I know that they're looking for something. There's something for Nuj, something that appeals to him. I have heard them talk at other times of innocence and things, corruption, but I don't know. I've never heard them say.
Does there seem like any way are there any windows that go down to like a lower level or any sort of way to get down below?
I mean, from where you're standing, you can tell that it is a 2-story house. So you see windows on the first floor. And there is a few steps that lead up to the front door, so it's a slightly raised first level. But you don't see any windows or any way to access kind of the below grounds from the outside, at least from this side of the house. But there are lots of windows. There are 2 main windows facing out from where you're standing on the first level, and 3 on the second level on the front of the house.
Okay. Do we see any people in there?
Do a perception check.
Happily. Let's see what I get. Ooh,
A case in the joint.
12.
Of course. 12. No, you see that flickering fireplace light, but that's it. You don't see any movement.
Okay. All right. Well, how do we want to do this?
Well,
Possible to climb it at all? To
we've
climb
been
it
here
to get-
before.
Yes. But
So
Jug,
maybe
is
we
it possible to
Do the
climb
same
up
thing.
to the second floor? and all?
No, let's not repeat what we did before.
It does look like there are some easy ways to climb because of the stonework, but there's also a front door. Your choice.
I have an idea if you're up for it.
Okay.
A few of us can climb to the second floor and try to penetrate through one of those windows. We can break one if we have to. And we do that while a few of the others who are in disguise can draw their attention from the front door as a ruse.
Again, it's very risky because if the ruse falls through, then the house of cards comes tumbling down now, doesn't it?
True, but they're probably busy and distracted getting ready for this parade or whatever it is. And if you can at least use powers of glib tongue, which I think, Otto, you have, you might be able to buy us just enough time.
I'm open to it, but I think if it were me, and it is me, I would say we just stick together and roll through the front door. But
Oh my
Okay.
god. Oh,
Well,
behave. Oh, behave.
I was gonna
is that like a phrase I should know?
It's an Austin Powers, sorry.
Who is that? Is he like a highborn lord, or where would I? I've never heard of him. He's got quite a catchy
He's
name,
a
but
famous bard.
oh well, if he were a famous bard, I would have heard of him. He must be some fledgling then. That's
It's right over through the front door, Otto.
So if I'm looking at the stairs here, do I see any of those glyphs, those little trip glyphs there, those arcane glyphs?
Roll perception.
Also, what's a glyph, guys?
It's like a little arcane symbol.
Okay.
it's like
That-
art that is inscribed, but it is also happens to have magic imbued in it.
Like a
Yes.
hieroglyphic. It's just
It's
like
magical art.
hieroglyphic,
Yes,
which
hieroglyphic.
That's
also-
6?
16.
Oh,
And
16.
I have a question. Does Dagmara have any traps left from her hunting days on her?
I'm going to say you probably didn't bring them on this quest with you when you left. But I mean, if there was something, you have rope. I mean, you have things that you would always have on you that you could make traps with for sure.
Well, I was gonna say I'm kind of thinking in my hunter mind in the meantime that if we did decide to be a little, if we do decide to be more sneaky, there's a way potentially. If we set a trap in front of the front door, we set it, we knocked and we made a sound, and then we hid in the higher levels. If something or someone came out, hopefully they get caught into the trap, and that way we know who's there. We could start that way.
Or we could go up to the higher levels with a rope and we could have Tabitha tie her ankle to it, and she's pretty handy athletically, and then she could just get lowered down by the rope and knock very quickly, and then we'd hike her up while somebody else is poised with their arrow, so that as soon as somebody comes out, they just get shot right in the head from above.
Or we could
Or
just
we could
stick together and
Yeah.
go through the front
I love it.
fucking door.
Yeah. So do I see anything with the 16? Because if I don't, I'm
You
going
don't.
up to the door and I'm going to peek into the window, and I just want to see the lay of the room that we're about to maybe enter into, see if there's any shadows, anybody passing beyond and
Okay.
see what I can see.
All right, so you make your way up, and as you get closer, it's a pretty good sized house. You can see the window on the right; it's quite large, and it looks like it goes into a very large, formal dining room. You see just the edge of a long oval table, the chairs. It looks completely empty. There's a faint light in there, and then on the left you see a smaller window, and it looks like the room the window is right off of is actually dark, but there's an open doorway just a little bit beyond you can see, and there's a second room in there, and it looks like there's a roaring fire going in there. You don't see any people though.
All right. Is there anything on the door? Any necromantic symbols that I could use a necrolis
Nope.
chime?
Well, do an investigation check.
Is Geizel still with us?
Yes.
Guys,
Geizel,
what do you recommend here?
Yeah, your expert opinion.
I could just go in if you want. I mean, I am told to do things all the time.
Oh, yes, it's a great idea.
Well, shit, guys.
Unless we want to
okay.
all walk in the front door together.
Thanks for telling us that. All right, then go right in. What
I mean,
floor?
it would be a little unusual. There's a chance they wouldn't buy it, but I could try.
What do you mean they? Do you think they're all in there? Or do they think they went to
I
the
don't know.
party?
I don't know.
We
I
don't know that
Go
anyone
in.
is in there. Let's
Let's
just
go
go in for yes. Let's have
Open
our
the door.
wits about us.
All right,
let's-
Geizel just reaches out and grabs the handle, which is like the part on the door is in the shape of a sun with that kind of standard triangle kind of rays of light coming off of it, but just a standard circle attached to it. And he just pushes and then pulls the door open. You hear opens up, and he just looks inside and just walks in cautiously.
I say
Fun
let's
enough.
let's all go in and take a look, shall we?
All right, so you
Sure,
all.
I'll go too.
All right, so you all going in.
I'm hanging back a bit,
Okay.
but I'll let them go in first.
Longbow is drawn.
All right,
Or-
Yeah,
I'm going.
I
I'm
have
going right
my-
into that dark room, and I'm just framing the door. I'm
Well,
just
you
gonna
get-
be on the
so
other
you-
side of the door.
You get in here, and the first thing that you see is that there is a large circular hole in the floor with a staircase going up on the outside edge of it, going up to the second floor. It seems like this circular hole just goes from the top floor down and below. And you do see these stairs curving around, going up to the second floor. And off to your left looks like there's a door, but you could tell it's part of maybe a closet, and there's a mirrored thing on the right. It's just like 4 feet and a couple feet back before it hits the next wall with a door in the front. And the rest of this space is pretty much empty, except there are 2 walls, one on each side, that go to the back of the house with multiple doors on each. So if you look to the right, you see there a set of double doors kind of in the middle of the wall to the right, and a smaller door in the far corner to your right. And then to your left, another set of double doors, the same size, and then a kind of normal sized door in the far left corner.
So what I'm hearing, Judd, is there's like basically doors everywhere in here and a staircase
Yes.
leading up to the second floor.
Correct.
A big hole in like an empty
And
hole in the ground.
down
It-
too,
it's
right?
it's just kind of like yeah,
lead
it's this
down?
it's this space, yes, and you do see as you move a little bit closer, there's another staircase that goes and curves down
Okay.
to
We
the
peek down to see what's in the hole.
yeah. I mean, it's large.
Geizel,
It's like 12
Geizel.
feet across. Yes. Yes.
you've been in here before. Where do we go?
It would be downstairs, I think, if you're looking for people.
Okay.
I haven't
Go
been down there,
downstairs.
but I've heard cries from there.
Let's be very cautious then, shall we?
And I want to peek into the hole from above just before we go down the stairs.
Yeah,
See
roll a
what's-
perception check.
And the rooms that I saw
Ah,
were
natural
through the
20.
windows.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Nice.
Then
Nice.
net 20. Net 20.
So, Ariset, you kind of get up to the edge and you look down, and you see flickering blue torchlights on these kind of columns that encircle the bottom, and it looks like it's about 20 feet down. From just kind of moving around, you see that there's a wall that you can kind of off to the kind of leftist side of you're looking down into this hole. You just see kind of a stone floor down there, and that same blue, soft, cold, flickering light.
Uh-oh. Well, it doesn't look like there's anything there, right? I don't see.
You don't see any movement. You don't. You got a nat 20, right? You just looking. You definitely don't see anything, and you start to turn to tell the others, and you hear. You're pretty sure you heard a door shut down there, and there might be some soft moaning. There's definitely something down there.
And as a reminder, I think we all probably know that we've been told this is where they take people to do experiments on them.
Correct.
So when I hear the moaning, Otto, he kind of looks at you guys and like, his face looks a bit worried and kind of nods to Ariset and just sort of like, I don't know, I think I'd want to maybe try to sneak down there.
Yes, I would like to sneak down there as well.
I start just gesturing. I say nothing, and I just.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna sneak down there, very quietly, hopefully.
All right. So
Okay.
everybody roll a stealth.
I would like to lead the way.
Yeah,
with my silent response.
if you're going stealthy, roll a stealth check. Tabitha, you're at advantage on that.
Oh, okay. Well.
22, my good sir.
Ooh.
And my first roll, I got a 22, but I can roll it twice, right?
Yeah, see if you get a.
Behave.
Oh my god.
Dagmara got 12.
Oh, I rolled a natural 20, and then I have plus 7
Damn.
stealth.
So Tabitha just like floats down there, not making a sound. All right,
And
12.
I'm adding flair, you guys. I'm like dancing as I go.
Oh, I love it.
All these movements and not a sound.
No
Like
sound.
not even
Yeah.
looking, going down the steps
And even though
backwards.
It's
Otto's
wild
being-
because I have so much money on me. It should be jiggling, but it's not.
Yeah. Otto, even though he rolled really well and he's able to be really quiet, he kind of has to hold a hand like this up to his mouth and not laugh when he sees Tabitha just like doing little like unnecessary dance moves down the
In the necromantic
down the
chamber.
stairs. Yeah. But
I was
yeah.
trying to keep it
All
fun,
right,
you guys.
Seville, what did you get?
Oh, I didn't know we were all sneaking down there.
Well, you don't have to sneak if you don't want to.
I'll sneak.
He's sneaking.
And I'm sneaking.
What-
22.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So
We're snaky.
you're all
Sneaky, all right.
Yeah, the group is definitely sneaky overall. Dagmar, I think your foot drags a little bit on one step, but it's pretty soft, and I don't think even the others hear it as you make your way down this curving stone staircase. And as you get down, you see now what you saw before. It's like the face of these columns, but actually as you move, you can see that they go back to a point and go up to the ceiling. They're columns that are in the shape of these kind of outward triangles from the center circle. And once you get low enough to see into the room, you see the first thing that comes into view is a chest against the wall. And then there's a table next to it with some kind of instruments on it and a chair in front of it. And then you see these cages, these cells, 1, 2, 3, 6 in total of these cells against the far wall, these rusty bars, and some you can see from here have remains in them. And one even has a person up on these boards, and you can see that they have been skinned.
Oh, jeez.
Lovely.
And making it down to the bottom, you don't see anybody in this room, but right at the foot of the stairs, you can see that there's a narrow little hallway, and it looks like there are 2 doors opposite of each other with a little bit of kind of blood smeared between the 2 rooms. Both doors are closed. What would you like to do?
I quickly do a perception check to see if I see anything living, to see what could have made
Sure.
that natural 20.
Mm.
Wow, you're rolling really well.
Wow. Yes, you are. Okay, so
Go
you.
to Vegas. Good luck.
Yeah, so you.
Quick math.
And great news, the casinos are reopening.
Excellent.
No
Oh.
way, when?
Oh, those are totally safe
Great.
and germ free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full of smoke, by the way.
100%.
Yeah.
And I would also argue so essential.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
very
essential
essential.
business.
Totally, like, very important.
I don't know. Gosh, come on, guys, be safe out there.
Just think about it, guys.
Yeah, just common
Be at
sense.
lea- Be at least as safe as we are when we're dungeon delving.
That's not very
Which is
safe.
not
If you do go, if you
Which
do
is really
go,
not much.
That's a
Just
low bar.
little bit.
That's a low
Just
bar.
a little bit. Yeah.
All right, Erisette, you can see there are 4 bodies in the 6 cells. And from here, I mean, you'd have to go up and really kind of look, but from here you see there's definitely no movement of any of those bodies. The skinned person, you can still see the blood kind of trickling down. It looks fresh. Yeah.
What's the light
And-
source here? Is it, just that blue
Multiple
flame?
of those blue flames, and only on these columns there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 8 columns in total, but 3 of them are not complete because they diminish with the staircase as it gets down to where you step off. So there are 5 of them that are complete up to the ceiling and hold torches on the inside. And kind of
And the-
you can kind of tell that these are, again, it's that sun motif. These are these triangles that go away from the center, making that sun pattern
Got it.
very into the suns here.
So,
The doors you said again are to the right or the left? Are they flanking us?
As you come down the stairs, they're on the opposite side of the cages, and the 2 doors flank themselves. There's like a little hallway, and then there's a door to the left and the right off of that hallway.
I think I'm. Go ahead.
Ed.
No, you go.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say I go straight, stealthily, and I look around for any traps along the way.
To the 2 doors?
Yeah,
Or
you
to
said
the-
There's one with a smear by it, right?
Yeah. There looks like there's a sneer on the floor that went from one room to the other. It goes
Yeah, that's
under
the
the
way
doors.
that I go.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation check looking for traps.
As a hunter, I'm a little bit morbid, but I'm also a little concerned that this might be happening to Tevin. I would like to check out the bodies.
For investigation,
Okay.
I got 19. No,
19.
19.
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Nice rolls.
yeah, you guys are rolling high. As you make your way over there, you don't see any traps or anything. You just get close and you see these 2 kind of heavy wood doors.
Yeah.
There's something about the walls, and the walls kind of slant from the side towards this hallway. So if you kind of look at it this way, they kind of go up into that little hallway here with the 2 doors. The stone looks a little bit different than the stone of the floor and the other walls, almost like these were newer, added on later. There's nothing on these walls or these doors that have that sun motif. The wood itself is really a dark, kind of ebony wood. There's nothing engraved on it, just simple, heavy black rings for the door pull.
And is this also the direction that we saw as I advance further into this room?
Mm-hmm.
Are there any cells in this room?
No, I
see.
mean the cells are behind you, so all you see is this
Okay,
little
no
hallway and
cells
these
in
2
this room.
doors. Yeah, and
Okay.
both doors are shut.
Yeah, I just kind of I look back to you guys, like motion you along, kind of signifying that it is clear in here and that we can maybe regroup and figure out how we want to go forward.
Let's open one of the doors. Let's see what's in there.
And Dagmara, you were doing something. You wanted to go over and look.
Yeah, I just didn't want to get too far from you guys.
Yes, I did. And perception
Okay. What?
is only 14.
So what are you looking for specifically?
Well, I'm looking for any specific markings or anything on the corpses that might
Okay.
tell me something, if it's a different substance on them or someone left a mark on them or something along those lines.
Sure. So you start over on the left-hand side and you look at the first cell, the body. This is a female, probably early 20s, and she's clearly dead. And she's missing
interesting pieces. She's like a big chunk of force of the skin on her forearm is peeled away. She's missing a finger on her left hand, and it looks like there have been multiple incision marks on her skin. A big chunk of her hair is cut off on the right. You actually vaguely remember this person from your village. Nobody you knew personally, but you had seen her before. You move on to the second person. This is the person that's being held up on these boards that has been completely skinned.
It's making my hands sweat. I
just
don't like this.
just clearly dead. You don't see, there's nothing else in the chamber. The third chamber is
missing
empty.
some body parts as well? Is he missing fingers?
No,
or-
that one's not missing anything other than skin.
He's missing skin, but yeah.
Third
Just
chamber
that,
is
huh?
just that.
Just a little exfoliation.
It's
Was it a
fine.
woman or man? Can you tell?
That looks like it was probably female.
God.
I hope so, or something's missing.
Third one is empty. Fourth one is an older man. This one looks like he has some kind of priest robes on. Very different than what everybody else here has. It's not necromantic. You actually do know this person as one of the local clerics from Luknor. Very nice gentleman. This one looks like throat slashed, and you can't tell if he's missing anything else. His arms are hidden under this cloak that's over him. The fifth cell, you stop because it's empty, but there's a shirt in there that looks familiar. You can't quite tell because it's folded over, but it looks very similar to one that Tevin wore.
Wow. Well, and the cell is closed. I can't reach in and grab it.
It's out of arm reach. The door is closed. You don't know. Do you want to try to open it?
Sure.
Okay.
Fine.
Dagmara, do you know any of these souls?
Well, I recognize one of them vaguely, and the other one, I did know him, yes. Sad to see him go. He had a wife and a child. And I do believe this, I saw Tevin's shirt, one of his shirts that he would wear.
And they're behind me now, right? Saying this?
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm going to go to them, hearing
Okay.
that something of Tevin's
And-
was mentioned.
I'll pick the
Does she-
lock.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because she reaches out
Oh, okay.
and
All right,
to open it. It's
Thank you, Seville.
okay. Go ahead.
Let's see here. That's a 9.
A 9. You work on it, and it takes you a moment. It's a pretty rudimentary lock, actually. So at first you were kind of putting almost too much expertise on it, but finally you just get it to click and open it up.
And you just as you're doing that, you kind of hear in the back, like I'm kind of in the background, while this is happening, and ever so faintly, you just hear me say, "Gospod прости, Gospod прости, Gospod его прости." That's it.
Do
Okay.
you want to go in there? Or do you want one of us?
I'll go.
All right.
So I just walk in and I just take Tevin's shirt, and I
And-
just kind of bring it up.
And now that
There's-
you hold it,
There's no body, right?
there's no body. It's just a shirt. There is another body next door, which you've already looked at, Dagmara. It's definitely not Tevin. It's another male. This one's missing several parts: foot, a hand, a long gash down the right arm, but it's not Tevin. But you
Yeah.
hold this shirt, and you know instantly this is his shirt.
Yeah. He must be close. And there's an interesting detail. They seem to be taking parts of their skin and any of their limbs. They take fingers. He seems to take feet and hands. Whatever it is they're looking for, It's there. It's in their skin.
So I put my hand on Dagmara's shoulder and Dagmara, hope. He's not here. We'll find him. Have hope.
And I just like clasp your hand and thank you.
Was he like you? With your my eyes sort of glance down to your exposed, like dragon scalish looking parts of your skin.
Not that I know of. I don't know.
Nevertheless, let's go find him. Sevilla's right. And I take like a very decided step forward toward getting out of here and moving on. I found that there was a door just up ahead. It was clear. I didn't get much further, but I can show you.
Let's
I
check
heard
him
a
out,
door
Otto.
close. I think I heard a door close when we were sneaking down, so be careful. I think there might be somebody in one of these doors.
Yes, let's all try to be as silent as we can.
All
And
right.
kind of.
All right, so you all make your you all make your way over to these two doors. Which one are you, or what are you doing?
I
Just-
just left.
Yeah, I was thinking left too.
Okay.
Well, hey, why swim against the current? Let's go
There we
left,
go.
huh?
Let's go left.
All right, who's opening the door?
I think that's our girl Tabby.
I'll open the door and I have my rapier drawn.
Yeah, I'm gonna draw my sword as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got
Okay.
my moon dagger.
I've got my hand crossbow right over Tabitha's head
Okay.
just to cover her if anything jumps out.
I feel
All
like
right.
you've been in a really crossbow mood lately, Peter.
I have.
You've been crossbowy lately, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a hand crossbow. It's pretty
A
dope.
hand crossbow and then
Little Hansel, little. So
I mean, am I ever though not in crossbow? I don't even own a crossbow, and
No.
I'm not always in crossbow mode. I
you
mean,
always, that's because you always like to say crossbow instead of bow.
crossbows are just so cool.
Well, I think bows are inherently cooler than crossbows.
I agree.
I agree, actually.
So anyway, that's
It's like a grass
neither
is
here
greener
nor
kind
there.
of thing.
You can hold your
and
bow
like, you know,
sideways, you know,
With a crossbow,
for the
it's
kill
like
shot.
You gotta reload it and do a whole thing and get a bow in there. If you're good with a bow though, you can just sort of.
Like Legolas.
You know,
Yeah,
this is
exactly.
also making that's so true, but it's
Yeah.
also making me realize I also have a catapult fetish. Like I actually have always really wanted to have a catapult and use it.
We're
You mean
learning
like
a lot tonight.
slingshot? Like a
No,
catapult.
Like a trebuchet.
Like you're gonna have
I
ropes
love
over your
catapults.
shoulders and just be
Yeah.
like dragging around a siege weapon. Yeah,
roll for a siege weapon.
yeah.
right.
Yeah, that-
Well, that's one of
that'd be
Ariset's.
dope. You're like,
I'm
hey,
excited.
what
What's
weapon?
behind?
What
behind
weapons
door
do you
number
guys
one?
wield? I've got a long sword. Oh, I use a longbow. Oh, I use a catapult.
Catapult
Boom.
is kind of
Right.
Yeah.
Right, Tommy?
My
Yeah.
offhand weapon is a trebuchet.
Right. I carry a ballast on my shoulder.
All right.
Okay.
All right, you silly
It's the
people.
equivalent of,
So
like, the
I'm
crow
opening the
pose, like,
door.
All right.
really complicated, but
So-
when you need it,
I give
when you need it-
I give Tabby like a little nod, like I don't use any words, but the subtext of the look in my eye is just like, let's kick some ass.
Nice.
And I like flick my hair over my shoulder and I'm like, open the door cautiously and carefully.
Okay, so you go and it pushes in. There's no lock on it. The door swings slowly open. You look down, you see that kind of blood trail that leads in here. And as you open it, and you start to see more of the room, you see it's a dark room. You see a couple boxes or crates on the right-hand wall as the door opens. And as it opens further, you see the edge of skeletons. You just see all of these skeletons, and you see swords, and they're standing there just looking at you. There are a lot of them. And
Pick the
they're-
wrong door, guys.
And I just
That's
silently shut
Close
the
the door.
door.
you just slowly, okay, bye.
Skeletons in a closet.
What? Let's check that other door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yes.
And they were moving
The
and
old
shifting as you
skeletons in a
saw them,
closet routine.
kind of like holding their weapons, but nobody advanced. All right.
And this time, right
miracle.
before Tabby opens the next door, I repeat the exact same thing that I did before. I like put a hand on her shoulder and I give her like a nod and like a wink. And my subtext once again is kind of like, okay, for real, Leslie.
And I flick my hair, but then it's like just imagine like a close up on my eyes, being like, "Oh God, that was awful." And I
Try-
slowly open the.
Trying to
right
act
door.
tough, and your hand shaking a little bit as you start to open this door, and you open it. You see immediately there's light in this room. That same blue flickering light. In fact, you see a torch on the wall
Okay.
right ahead of you. Instantly, you see there's some kind of large barrel that's open, and it looks like there are kind of these fumes, almost like wispy smoke coming out of it. As you push it open more, you see on the ground this glowing red circle with these sigils written in this arcane language going around it, and they're glowing of this red. And as you push the door the rest of the way, you see there is a large stone table, and there's a guy strapped to it who's kind of trying to weakly fight, his hands chained down to the stone, his feet are chained. There is a person standing over him with a knife, very carefully making an incision on
I'm
his
firing my
arm.
own crossbow.
And
Judd, and real quickly, I want to do something too.
Wait,
Okay.
I'm first in line, guys. I want to go first.
All right.
and you
I think
see,
we all want to do stuff when we see a guy cutting another guy.
yeah. I'm gonna allow you guys to have a surprise round
Oh, this
because
guy's dead.
because you guys
Yeah.
have done this very well. You also, as the door finishes opening up, you see there are 4 skeletons lining the wall with swords, and there's one other person, a male, who matches what you saw the person wearing who was being dragged through the streets not long ago. He's chained and hanging from the wall opposite. So,
'Kay.
before we
And
roll
Judd,
initiative,
Why
yes.
did you sound so surprised when you said we did this so well?
What are you talking about? No, I
Evil
fully
laughter.
expected. I fully expected this.
Evil laugh. That was like
And there are
Just a little
500
too loud,
other
a
skeletons
little
in
too
it.
loud.
All right.
All right, so
Guys,
before-
holler if you hear me in the dice roller, my rolls are happening.
are you?
tonight.
Well, you can hold that initiative roll because you guys are going to get a surprise round.
Okay.
Tabitha, what are you doing?
How far am I from the guy cutting the guy?
Okay, still standing in the doorway. You're about 15 feet from the guy who's over the table. He's facing you, so you see him look up in.
I
And
blink
just-
dagger him right,
Ooh.
going right for his head.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. All right, roll an attack.
Bring it.
Blink dagger.
No.
Okay,
Is
so
it
I rolled a
blade?
15 plus 5. That's a 20.
That hits.
Bang.
Boom.
Oh.
Let me
One
see if I can-
d4. Okay, guys, this has got to be my d4, right?
I'm going to attempt to put some music
Yeah.
on here because we need some music.
In
Is
my
it
mind,
blaze
like
dagger
right
or
when you
blaze dagger?
right when you threw it too, in my mind, you said something along the lines of like, "Don't blink."
I like that.
Yeah, you got to get
Yeah,
those one-liners in there.
And she does this
D4
split.
plus 3. Okay, so that's a 2, 3, 4, 5. So I got a 5 damage.
Okay.
Nice. And actually, I think if he's surprised, Judd, you'll tell us, but you might be able to do your sneak attack.
Oh yeah, can I do
Yeah,
sneak attack?
yeah, you can because it is a
Great.
surprise attack. So
See ya.
Okay, so I get another move. Oh,
Or I think you just do more damage.
so I do
yeah,
more
no, you
damage?
just roll your
Yeah,
sneak attack
2d6.
damage.
This
Yep.
again?
No, you roll the
No, no,
six-sided
this one.
die.
The square one.
Twice.
Yeah.
Twice, yeah.
Yeah.
5,
Nice.
Bang.
5.
15.
Okay.
It sounds
So
Oh,
he
shit.
he looks up in surprise and says, "Attack!" And as you throw that blink dagger, nails him right between the eyes. You see his head snaps back, and he just falls dead.
Do I get to
Um,
have my
Nice.
cunning action? Do I get my bonus action on this?
Yeah.
round?
Yeah.
Okay, I would like to recall my dagger, fling it around, and stick it back in my side.
So as the body is falling, you magically pull the dagger back in your hand, shaking off the blood before the body hits the ground.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'd like you to roll initiative. Well, I guess you guys can still get, the rest of you can get a sneak attack, or not a sneak attack, your surprise attack on the remaining 4 skeletons.
Well, Judd, I was gonna say, you said there were glowing red runes in this room, if I remember right.
Yes, that's correct.
That sounds suspicious to me. And
Okay.
so when Otto sees that, he flicks a coin up into the air, like Two-Face style, and grabs it in his
Ooh.
hand. And I'm like, careful. Luckily, Tabitha didn't like move at all, but I'm worried that those could be, they seem magical to me. And
Yes.
I'm gonna see if I can dispel them with the magical
Nice.
badge of office.
Okay. Yep. All right. So as you flick up the coin, grab it, and thrust it out, you do see the glowing red sigils just cool and go dark. And you could barely see the outline on the floor.
There
Can't
we
do-
go.
Use that
Nice.
thing against the necromancer and just dispel.
And you
his
said there are other bad guys in here, right?
There are 4 other
Skeletons.
skeletons. Yep.
Or other skeletons, but I think the main one has met his end thanks to Tabby.
Yep. He
And
is on the
I
floor.
know the
That
others
was
are gonna
so
go.
dope of me.
It really was.
That was pretty
We're all
dope.
impressed. And so once the runes die down, I've like caught the coin and I looked at all of you and I'm like, there you go. That should clear the way. And whoever, does anybody know who's gonna go next?
Who was
Uh,
behind me?
It's yeah,
going next?
Seville. I think you would have. I would actually say because of the size of the door, and Tabby is small. I think only Seville you would be able to get the surprise attack.
Okay, so I say to you
alright.
then, go get him, Seville. And like extend my hand out like this into the room with a bit of a smirk, and I'll give you a bardic inspiration. So
Nice.
Nice.
Good
You
work.
have a D6, which that's my bonus action, obviously. I'm
Love
assuming
it.
it was my action to dispel the runes.
It was.
So yeah, for the next 10 minutes, you kind of know the drill. You can add a D6 after you've made a roll, an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Thank you, my good man Otto. And
That
with
will
that,
end my turn.
with
Okay.
that, I spin into the room, hand crossbow in my left hand, drawing out my rapier with my right,
Okay.
and I'm just going to hammer the first skeleton I see.
Okay. Yeah. And so in that flash, you saw that they all their swords would raise up at that moment. So go ahead. Okay.
That's a 15 plus 7, 22.
Yeah, that hits.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank
And
you
there's, just so
very
you know,
much.
there are 2. So as you're going into the room, there are
Yeah.
2 to your left and 2 on the far side, across from the doorway.
Got it.
Okay. So yeah, hitting them. Let's see. That's 5 plus 5 is 10.
Nice.
And sneak attack, another 10 points. 6 and a
Oh.
4.
Okay, yeah. So that skelly just goes down.
Night, night.
Boom. One skelly down.
Big old pile of damn bones.
I did forget that in a surprise round you get 1 attack. So let's just call it there, Seville. So
I'm going to use the rest of my movement to jump on the altar and get a high ground because I don't want to get swarmed.
you gonna jump on the
I-
person on the altar, or just gonna?
Yeah, but I'm not going to land on them. I'm just going
All
to
right.
follow the
Well,
altar.
do an acrobatics check for me then.
All right. That is a 16.
Okay, yeah, no problem. You jump up there, avoiding his head as you kind of leap to the side. All right, everybody, roll initiative and hold.
So I
your
wanted
rolls.
to draw all them to me so that the rest of the guys, when they in the gals, when they come into the room, the skeletons might follow me, and they'll just get to hammer them from behind.
Okay.
So what are we doing? Initiative.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. So 20 to 25.
Yeah. I
22.
got. I think I also, yeah,
Ooh.
22. But
Dang.
her dexterity modifier is probably higher than mine. Mine's +3. I have a 16.
I have a
Dagmara.
+3.
Oh.
Yeah. as well. So it's
Alright.
I have I have 19 plus 3, 22. Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys can decide who goes first.
I'll
I'll
let
take the
you.
scissors for it.
I'll let you go first.
Thank you.
All right, Dag, Otto, and then these guys.
Go
Okay.
here.
All right, 15 to 20.
I got a 15.
15 for Tabby.
Mhm.
All right, 10 to 15.
11.
And Erisette, what did you get?
I got a 6.
Hey,
Okay, cool.
Pulling up the rear.
Dagmara, you're up. And Otto, you're on deck.
Okay.
Okay. How many skeletons do we have left?
We have 3 left, and they
3 left.
are
And they're
swords
very
up.
close to each other.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So I kind of take a breath, kind of ask myself almost like, are you sure? And then I take out my staff, kind of spin it once, and I run up to one of them. And doing that, I will generate my green flame blade, which will be the spell that jumps up one way.
Nice.
Like that.
All right.
Very nice. Very nice.
All right, go for it. Roll for an attack.
Also, do we know if the guy, one of the guys that is chained up, do we know if it's Devin yet? Tevin, what's his name?
And Tevin.
I was
No,
actually
you don't yet. You don't yet.
Okay.
I mean,
So for attack.
this is all happening simultaneously, so this is
Got it.
very fast.
We
Yeah.
haven't checked.
Well, I wrote on a d20, I got a 13.
13 on. Okay, hold on. Green flame blade. I remember pulling you up. Okay, yeah, you have to. Yeah, sorry, no, I was just I was reading. Okay, so what did you get? What were your numbers?
So I got 13 on the d20.
That
for
that
attack.
hits. So that hits, which means your spell lands.
Okay.
So
Judd, if I remember right, you basically do extra damage that not only applies to the target she hit, but another target.
Yes,
before.
an extra-
exactly, it jumps to the next one. You just have to make sure you land the melee attack, which she did. All right, so roll your damage.
That's pretty cool.
That's a d20 again.
No, I
No.
think whatever
Right?
whatever weapon you're using.
My
So
staff.
green flame blames.
Yeah.
Blade. Yes. So you have a.
It's a D8.
Yeah.
d8, yes.
And
Eight.
if it's close, that flame jumps.
8,
Eight?
and then you should
Got
add.
an 8.
Then you
Yeah.
add-
Yeah.
Dude, nice.
Yes.
Yes.
But you
All
guys,
right.
for damage, doesn't she add
Yes.
something?
Yeah. Only to the target that she hit, she'll
Right.
add the extra damage, and then I think the other target just takes the fire.
It bounces off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know why I can't find. So what did you hit him with? With the staff?
I had my staff, yeah.
Oh, right. Which you have. Okay, I see.
Maybe has like a blade on the end of the staff or something.
No, this staff was. Which one was this? This is not one that. It's not in your inventory. So I'm trying to think. Is it the?
I think it was.
Was this the one that you? You guys
Is this the
found
one
off the
that got
frost giant?
Frost giant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think if
So-
I'm reading it right,
It-
they're gonna
green- Yeah.
they're gonna take the full damage, 8 plus your spellcasting modifier, and then the other target just takes fire damage equal to your spellcasting modifier. It says.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks. I'm trying to read it. It's just outside my vision. So.
No, I got it right here for you.
Okay.
bro.
Cool. So D8 on that guy, and the jumps for 4 to the next one.
Yeah. So.
Okay,
I guess
cool.
It would be 12 to one, and then 4 to the other.
Okay. So you see this amazing attack. She just whacks it, and as the staff comes down, it glows with this green pulsing energy that and this green flame spreads out across the skeleton and then arcs over and lands on the other one. You see him like as it just eats away. This one skeleton in front of you is looking a little shaky.
Okay.
Shaking in his bone.
And
Yeah.
under my breath, I say, like, we are on fire tonight.
And I turn dramatically and I'm like,
Oh, nice.
no, do I have an extra action, like my little bonus action, or like an extra move?
You can move. Yeah, you
Run
can move.
up. If I can, I do want to make my way towards the person being tortured.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's really close. So you're right over step 2.
Yes.
Look down. I won't even make you roll. You realize really quickly it is Tevin on the table.
It is Tevin on the table. It's Tevin on the table.
And he
Oh my
looks
gosh.
barely conscious, so his eyes are not open. All right. And now it is the Skelly's turn.
Actually, I thought you said it was I was.
Oh, Otto, sorry. Otto. Sorry. Dual
Nice
initiative.
try, John.
Next time, Otto. Next time I get you.
And like I like look over and you can see my face looking all frantic and I'm like, Dagmara, is it him? And I will use my healing word, which is a bonus action, and I will heal Tevin
Oh, cool.
and try to get him some strength back in his
I'm like tapping his
in
face.
his mind, body, and spirit. All right, so it says
Awesome.
that a creature of my choice regains 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is 5. So here we go.
Come on, big number.
Unfortunately, I only rolled a 1, so he'll get 6 HP back.
That's all right.
It's a start, Harry.
As you reach out and you concentrate your power on healing, you see the skin that the necromancer was starting to peel back on his arm just starts to kind of roll down on its own and fuse and seal back up.
And I have like an outstretched hand as I'm doing it. I'm like, I really hope that didn't hurt.
And he actually looks like his breathing is a little bit more stable. He looks a little bit better.
I'm like, stay with us, Tevin. And then like with my other hand, it's sort of like this duality of Otto. A darkish energy is formed in it. And as my action, I'm going to blast an eldritch blast.
Eldritch bias. All right.
Toward the injured skeleton.
Oh, the very injured or the slightly injured?
The very injured.
Got it. All right, go for it.
Let's see. So I roll 8 plus 7, 15.
That hits.
All right. So I will do 1d10 force damage. 4
Yeah.
force damage.
All right. How do you want to end that one?
I just, after I heal him, I look over my shoulder and see one of them sort of still hobbling and my brows kind of lower, and I just let out a big ripple of force. And when it hits the skeleton, it just causes a whole like little mini explosion of bones to just clank off the walls and the
Like a
Wow.
xylophone
Nice.
playing.
It's
I hear,
for-
like,
Yeah, it's force damage, so it just like literally kind of sends them into a spiral. And,
like little bone shards are bouncing off the walls as this thing just kind of
Yeah.
explodes.
And then with
Nice.
my movement, I'm gonna move up to the table.
Okay.
And in case it requires, multiple people to grab this guy, I'll be near Dagmara and him, and maybe on my next turn be ready to like help get him loose or what have you.
Got
so
it.
yeah, that's it for me.
Okay, great. All right, now the Skelly's turn. The remaining two raise their swords and come. Let's see, coming Otto at you, and the other one at Seville. The first
Okay.
one.
Yeah, and I kind of have my back to you, and I have my rapier extended, and I'm just like, get him free, Dagmara, as I try to like hold this thing off.
Yes, and I went very, very quickly, just kind of glancing in, kind of covering with my body, helping him out. Yeah.
Okay, so first one is a 14.
That will miss.
Yeah, so it just comes up and ching, and you just step back, and choo, the blade hits the stone table, just missing Tevin's head, and it comes up again. As the second one, Seville comes for you for this wide strike, and it rolls a 15.
No, sir.
And so this one just slow. These are not your best skeletons, and it just kind of clinically tries to swipe across, and you just duck under the blade or probably jump over it. More likely, it'd be even cooler.
And okay, that's it. That's it for those guys. And they're just going to kind of advance, trying to get closer to you. And Tabitha, you're up. And Seville, you're up next.
Okay. Am I close to these two skeletons?
You are still over by the door, but I mean, again, it's like 15 feet away. It's not a big room.
I would like to use a little movement to get right underneath the skeleton.
Okay.
And then lodge up with my rapier and
Ooh.
to like the pelvic girdle.
Nice.
Okay. All right. Roll for an attack.
These things don't even have privates, so it's not
Just-
technically like a cheap shot. if you
That's
think
true.
about it.
Actually, it's just
Not
straight
Just an
to,
efficient way to get right.
straight to the bone.
just right to the coccyx.
16.
16 hits, no problem.
Okay, and then I have rapier 1d8 plus 3. Is this a d8, you guys?
I think
Ye-
also.
Yep.
I think you want to roll that again because doesn't she have advantage that she's now coming up behind it?
No, I don't.
Yeah, can I use sneak
I mean,
attack or no?
she's under it. She's not kind of coming up behind it. Plus, it knows she's there, so I'd say it's
Okay.
you're not gonna have advantage on it.
Okay, so I got.
But you do have allies nearby, so you would get your sneak attack.
If you
Oh,
hit,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, if you hit.
Hopefully you
Okay.
did.
Yeah,
I
no,
did
she
hit, right?
she hit.
You hit.
Yeah, you hit.
Oh, so then yeah, you'll get your extra damage.
Okay,
And-
so I got a 6 from 1d8 plus 3, so that's a 9. And then I get two
Two
of these.
six-sided dice.
Right?
Are you going for the one that's slightly injured or the full HP one?
The full HP one.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, that was a 1.
That's all right.
That was a 5. So that's
Oh,
the additional 6 points of damage on top of my 9 points of damage,
Yeah.
which makes 15 points of damage total.
That's
So,
very good.
you guys look over
Very
as you
good.
see Tabitha
Nasty.
just sprint into the room, kind of dive and turn, land on her back, slide underneath the skeleton, and jab up, and you just see the skeleton is like comes apart, just like
Yeah.
ching, 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 the blade hits the ground. Damn.
Okay, and then with my bonus action,
Mhm.
I would like, well, with the rest of my movement, I would like to go over to Tevin. And with my bonus action, I would like to make a sleight of hand check to use my
Fast
my
hands?
base tools or fast hands to open the lock on his
Okay.
arms.
Yeah. Each arm and each foot is locked in these manacles, but
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
make a right arm.
Got it.
That's the one I'm going for.
Okay.
Okay, and that was
He's probably right-handed unless he's some kind of a freak. No, I'm just kidding.
um,
Are you
so
left-handed, Otto?
I got an 11. What do I add to it? Sleight of hand? Oh.
Yeah,
that's
your sleight of
plus
hand.
5. Okay, so
Yeah.
11 plus 5.
Yeah, no problem. You just ding, and you can free his arm.
Nice.
And that's my turn.
Okay, great. Seville, what are you doing?
Brilliant.
One left, right?
One skelly left. And this one took a little damage from the jumping green flame.
And
All
remember,
right then.
you have your bardic inspiration too, sir. Mind you.
Yes, sir. And I look at the group, and let's finish this, hopefully. So yeah, I'm going to attack it. Is this the one facing off with me, or is there a chance that I can flank it?
No, this is not the one that was facing off with you. Tabitha just took out. So
Okay, where is this one?
this one is over by Tevin's head. So it's still, I mean, it's close. You're kind of, I guess actually you are facing it because you're on the table. So
Okay.
yeah.
Well, before it gets to Tevin, I'm going to attack it here. And I'm definitely going to use the dice. the
Come on,
bardic
baby.
Inspiration.
Come on,
So
baby.
that's 10.
10 misses.
Did
but
you
I'm
use-
using
yeah,
Inspiration plus
Is he at
5.
advantage
Oh.
because he's on the
Oh.
high ground?
I wouldn't have told you. I thought you'd already rolled your, but it's fine. So 15 total.
Well, I don't want to use it. Do I have high ground advantage there?
High ground advantage? No.
I get the high
He's on
ground
a
advantage.
table.
This isn't Star Wars.
So isn't that still advantage though?
Oh wait, the last I heard, you had a 15 to hit with my inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
didn't know if I had advantage. I wasn't going to use it. But yes, I look at Otto as I feel just his.
You have to.
his
Yeah, you have to make.
inspiration
You have to make the
course
call to use it or not before I tell you. But I let it slip. But I'm gonna say you used it. So yeah, you hit.
Yay!
through.
What's your
Good.
damage?
Yeah, I can use it after the roll.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
he
before
tells
I
if
tell you
it's
the outcome.
successful or not.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But which I thought you did.
I know. I thought you did too. I thought you were saying you were using it.
Yeah, because I don't think a 10 hits, but maybe it does. But anyways, yes.
No, 10 does
okay. Yeah. So that's 6 plus 5. That's 11. And then I got allies, so sneak attack, and that's a 5 and a 6, so another 11, so 22.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
later, dude.
yeah,
See
how
it,
do you
brother.
how you gonna end this guy?
I'm just gonna, I guess, take a backhanded swipe at his head and cut it off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Smack
just
Buster
see them.
style.
Seville
Yes.
stables himself, whips the rapier around, just shing, just cuts the head right off. It just
Wow.
holds there a moment, head topples down, and then just collapses.
That was one of the best fights we've ever had. I think. Because
It was.
I don't think anyone took any damage, and we just mopped the floor with these.
And we
Yes.
haven't even gotten to Erisat's turn yet.
No,
Yeah, I know, I
it's
didn't
actually
have to
right.
lift
That
a
was
finger.
that was one of your most effective fights. It really was.
Yeah.
So as the skeleton, the final skeleton hits the ground, and Dagmara, you just rush up to Tevin and start to just kind of rouse him to consciousness. We're gonna take a break. So
All right.
we'll come right back to see what happens there. Thank you all. We'll be back in about 10 minutes, and we'll see you then.
See you guys soon.
All right. Okay. Hello, and we're back. Hello. My background is messed up. Okay. Never mind. Hello, and welcome back. Thank you all for sticking with us as we got some drinks and got ready to do the second half of the show. So, to bring you all back in, where we left off, you managed to defeat this necromancer and his skeleton guard very quickly. Well done, everybody. And Dagmara, you realize really quickly that it is indeed Tevin who is tied to the stone table. Looked like they had just started to do experience. You do see now, looking over him, some older wounds that have healed, but he is all intact. Well, what would you like to do?
Can't believe it. I just can't.
I'm just beyond myself at that point, and I just like very gently, caress his face, and I turn to all of you, and I just can't hold it together, and I'm like, I just pour out and just say thank you over and over and over, thank you, and then I take off that mithril ring, and I go over to Tabby and I offer it to her, and I say, thank you, you saved my life, you all did. Do what you will with it. I give it willingly. You helped me.
And I mean, a ring for Tabitha? Could she be happier? She tries it on each finger until she decides on which finger it fits perfectly, and it's still probably a little bit big, so she has to tie a piece of string around it to make it kind of fill out for her.
Oh.
She's like, ah.
And
You're welcome.
I give everyone a hug and just thank you from the bottom of my heart, and then very quickly I go back to Tevin.
Oh, I hand you a healing potion.
Thank you. So I help him up, I hold his head up and I give him the potion. And I just turn to them and I say, well, you've helped me with the portion of my quest. And because of that, I would like to help you with your portion of the quest too, if you'll have me. As long as I can nourish Tevin back to life here, we'd both love to help you and be a part of your group.
Is he conscious, Judd?
Not yet. Are you pouring the potion down his throat?
I was kind of holding him up and helping
Okay.
him.
So you see she starts to pour this liquid down his throat. He's Dag?
And I give them some space. I like kind of go and I go and like kind of glance up and around to make sure that a kind of standing guard, but also as a way to kind of give them their moment here.
Okay.
I take that cue as well, and I'm gonna actually go. There's another guy who we saw being dragged down the street.
There's a
right?
guy chained to the wall who seems to be passed out, who's
I'm gonna go
on the
work
far
his
wall.
blocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Dagmara, you just see he reaches up and just he's shaking and weak. He doesn't know if is this, are you Dag? Are you here? Is this you?
Yeah,
You found me.
yeah,
I thought I was gonna die here. I was so worried about you. Did they get you too? Did you escape?
They didn't touch me. I was able to find this incredible group, and I look back to everyone who helped me find my way to you. And if it wasn't for them, I would have been dead. So we're here. And I just kind of touch just to make sure that he's okay. And I do ask, what did they do to you? Are you all right? How long have you been here for?
I don't know. It's weeks. It feels like forever. They've got some of the others from our town, but they're looking for something specific in us, something they need. I don't know. I'm weak, but
Okay.
it's no, it's okay. And he tries to get up, but he realizes he's still shackled in 3 places. And just kind of like falls back a little bit in your arms, and he's looking better, but he's definitely weak still.
Well, and I just tell him, Tevin, this group that helped me for you and find you and that saved my life and yours, they're here to find the very same thing that we wanted to find when we came. They want to know where these forces are coming from, and I know that you want to find that too. I would only do this if you would like to. Would you like to continue on with them?
I don't know. I know we gotta. Do you have a way out of here? I mean, they're everywhere here. If we're in the middle of their city, I don't know. I think we just got to get out of here. Let's just
kind of look at the group, and it's more like a very uncertain feeling of I don't know, because I want to carry on and I want to find out what's going on, and at the same time I'm concerned for him. And I turn to all of you and I ask, where are you all off to from here on?
I'm going to come over and work on his manacles.
Okay. Just roll sleight of hand for those. You know what? Never mind. You don't have to roll. There's no pressure. So I just, after a couple minutes, you pop the other hand and you get the feet, and he's completely free.
I say we're outnumbered here greatly. I don't think that there's much more we can do. We're lucky to have gotten Tevin free, and I think we may do well to escape here while we still have our lives.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree as well. I think we should basically get out of here as fast as possible.
I think that's a good idea. The city is full of horrors.
Oh, and is that other guy here too?
Geizel?
Yeah,
He's not in the room with you.
Okay.
And you were checking on that other guy who was chained up, Tabitha. Has any?
Oh yeah, did I get him undone? But he's unconscious.
Yeah, he's unconscious, but you did get him down off the wall.
What does he look like, Judd?
Yeah.
He is male, kind of mid to late 20s, like a light brown, almost blonde hair, shoulder length, and he looks like he's just been battered about the face. He's got black eyes starting to form up.
Look at Dagmara. Do you recognize him?
Do I
You
recognize him?
You do. Yeah. You know this. This was the blacksmith's apprentice. What was his name? It's Anil. Annel.
I know. And
Um,
I just kind of whisper as you ask me that. I kind of look at him and I still, that's what I say. I kind of whisper his name. I'm like, yes,
And-
I
Does
do
he-
know him.
one of
Yes,
the
I do.
villagers. And
Yeah.
does he look very heavy, Judd?
No, he's pretty fit, but he's not that tall. He's probably about 5'6", or so. So slight build, not super heavy.
Okay.
Does Tabitha think he's a hottie?
Looks like he's pretty cut actually, and
Okay.
without some of the bruising on the face right now, yeah, he's probably a good looking guy.
If he was ugly, I'd just leave him. I'm just kidding. Obviously, yeah. So I throw him over my shoulder, gently,
Okay.
and
Yeah, and he's just like a rag doll. You just like throw him.
And I
Right.
just look at you and I say, I agree. I think it's time to go.
and I say,
I want to help.
kind of under my breath, but I'm like, if we make it out of here alive, this adventure may just be worthy of a bard's tale to tell once I make it back to Faerun. And I-
So, we're all looking forward to you practicing incessantly.
I'm like, I know sarcasm when I hear it, and I just like, I try to look around with this guy over my shoulder. Do I see from where we are a way out of here if we exit this place? Does there like
From what you saw, I mean, there's nothing in the room you're in now, just the one door.
I want to backtrack and get out of here.
Okay. So you
Before
back.
we go, I want to do a big search to see if I find anything good around here. Any clues?
Ooh, good
in
thinking.
the room you're in right now.
Yeah, like
Okay.
clues
Yeah.
as to what they were up to.
The
Yeah.
body of the cultist seems like a good idea.
Yeah. Roll
And what if he has money? I didn't even think about that.
roll
I got it.
investigation check.
I got a 14.
Okay. So yeah, you start searching all over the room. So again, there's this large barrel. You're not quite sure. There's some kind of liquid, and it's giving off. It looks like steam, but it's not. It's almost like a kind of sulfuric smell, and it looks like there's something in there, but you can't quite tell. It just triggers your nose to kind of stay away. There are two sets of manacles on the far wall. The one that just released the guy. There's a table on the wall when you came in to the right, and it is covered with basically torture devices, different blades, curved blades. There's a whip on there. Everything is coated in the kind of soft layer of blood. There's a small bowl that actually has some like fingers in it and other. It's pretty gross. Searching the cultists, you find another of the necrolyses, as
Okay.
Necrolis.
a necrolis, as Peter likes to say.
I take that. I cut that off of him
Okay.
and I stash it in my robe.
All
in
right.
my, in my pocket kind of thing.
He has a black dagger. It's a complete black dagger. Handle, the blade, everything is this non-shiny matte black. And then he's got a small pouch with 38 gold pieces in it.
Can I sense anything off of that dagger as to whether it's got any kind of arcana? Like, I'd like to do an arcana if it's got anything. I don't know if I want it. I hate this place.
Well, you don't have like a detect magic spell. You do know that is a thing that you don't have. You can roll an arcana check to see if there are any, but there aren't a lot of markings on it. There's nothing kind of symbolic about it that would probably trigger anything, but go ahead.
Okay. Well.
You give me 10 minutes with that, baby. I'll tell you all you want to know about it. And I know
Okay.
that sounds weird when I say it. But really, it's
So
just, yeah.
I get a 14 and I'm like, I grab it and I I look at it and I say, Otto, perhaps you should keep this for a bit. Let me know what you can deduce about it, would you?
I'll let you know. And I stick it into my belt pouch.
Got it.
And yeah, I've got this guy over my shoulder. Basically, I'm getting the hell out of here, and I'm looking for a quick way out.
Okay, so you exit Otto back into the main room. You see those triangular columns now. You see the rest of the room. There is a trunk that was at the base of the stairs, just to remind everybody. But you've basically explored everything else. And you can the staircase that winds up to the floor above.
I'm taking all the torture devices and I'm dumping it into that barrel
Okay.
Nice.
with all
yeah.
the fingers and body parts. So cleaning out the room and dumping it all into that
Okay.
sauce.
And as it goes in that sauce, you hear and this bubble comes to the surface. It definitely seems like it might be some kind of acid of some kind.
I go to the trunk and I take the edge of my moon touch rapier and without touching it, I just see if I can flick it open.
Yeah, there's no lock on it. So it you lift it open and you see a bunch of clothes on the top.
Oh, what kind of
Anything
clothes?
cool?
Name brands, designer brands, or
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like,
and
with
what size?
and still tags. It's amazing.
Oh my god. I want this
Hold it out.
trunk.
Oh my god, this is so great. No, they look
Weird.
like Northerners' clothes. They're not super clean. Are you actually going to remove any?
I take the tip of my rapier and I just start flicking them out, seeing if I can get anything underneath them, and
Okay.
just emptying it out, but not touching anything.
Yeah, and you see as you move them aside, you see there are 2 pouches.
Oh, 2 pouches.
Yeah.
Okay, I grab them.
Okay. You have 2 leather pouches.
And I open them.
Okay. You open the first one and you just see sparklies. You could tell this is jewelry they collected of people, and looks like a fairly heavy amount of jewelry. Close it back up, and the other one, you could tell instantly when you picked it up that it was full of coin. And
Why did I not look in here?
Don't worry, Tabitha. I'll give you some. That was
Wait,
an
wait.
excellent kill that you had. Uh-oh.
I think we should give this back to Dagmara because this might be something of heirlooms for the families who these people have passed away and even gold to help them out. So let's not get too excited by taking their gold. Sorry,
Well,
folks.
I'll keep them handy for now, and we'll decide. I mean,
So
the word
they'll-
count for.
Ever the official man, aren't you?
Well, they don't have any
Give
memory
Tab-
anyway. None of them have a memory right now anyway. So
Well,
if
they
we ever
could
enlighten
have.
them-
They could have had you only let us restore it, but I suppose if we make it back to the town, that's still a possibility.
Capital I on that if. I mean, we're outnumbered. And honestly, how's that tree doing, Tabitha? Is it still shivering?
You have it.
no, Tabitha
Yeah,
has
how-
it.
Yeah,
Oh.
how is the tree?
So you pull it out, and it doesn't look as quite as sick, but it's still cowering and definitely not glowing in its normal gold way.
And I look back at you and I'm like, look, I've heard about enough about this tree. All it's done is gotten us in trouble. It made Anazora disappear, in case anyone's forgotten again. Let's just get the hell out of here. Yeah?
Fair enough.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd like to see what this parade was
And I
all
kind of look
about.
at Tevin,
though.
who's slow, like he's fine, but at the same time his head is like dipping down, and I'm just nothing. And I do
Okay.
look, and I do say, I look at Tabby and kind of smile at you sweetly, and I say, Tabby, I have to say, Seville is right. Let's take it with us, see where it goes, and I'll make sure you get what you deserve.
I'm very pissed at everyone, so I just go like this. And I just keep walking.
Arisa, that is probably not the sort of parade that will be fun to observe or get close to. We know what they do here. We saw exactly the
What
Phalanx
parade? What's going on?
I don't know. When we were coming to find you, Geizel, who led us here, said that they don't do these often.
They're all
And-
gathering together.
Oh, I heard them. I heard some people talking about when they were bringing me down here. Something about they have Hoffen.
Hoffen.
That's all. Yeah,
What's Hoffen?
Schmetrell? Hoffen?
I didn't say Smatrell. I just said we have Hoffen, and a bunch of people left. You
Well,
know,
isn't Smatrell's name Smatrell Hoffen?
yeah.
Well, that 2 and 2, you put it together, it equals 4. Seems we have a very similar situation here.
I wonder if they're maybe going to interrogate him about that idol that we took.
Or maybe he's in league with them for all we know.
Well, we know he has the letter. The letter, that love letter, was speaking about an archmage, talking about getting more gold. So there may be a connection. It didn't tell what the name of the archmage was in the letter. But
Nevertheless, we can do all
they're
this.
connected.
We can do all this theorizing once we're back to safety. Look, I have this injured man over my shoulder. Tevin's in no state to withstand a potential fight. We need to get out of here, and the day of reckoning will come for these vile, evil necromancers. But that day is not today.
Well, where is Geizel? He would be
I'll
the
run
best
up
to lead
the
us out
stairs.
He's on the stairs watching you. Dag, I think I'm feeling a little better. I need a weapon. I'm gonna go grab a sword or something, and maybe a robe. I'm a bit cold, and I think I'll be easily spotted.
Yes.
Where would you get a robe?
The dead.
The clothes, honey.
Oh,
The
yeah,
one-
we should put all. Oh, and I say, why didn't I think of that? And I do that too. I take one as well. Are there more than one robe? Is there more
No,
than
he
one
started to go back to the necromancer you had killed, which
robe? Oh,
had.
so there's only one
But I'm
robe.
going. I
No.
want to go with him. I would like to go with him because
Okay.
I don't want to leave him ever again.
All
And
right.
Geizel, what's the quickest way out of here?
I mean, pretty much the way we came is the fastest route. It's directly across the city, closest to the trapdoor or the hidden door.
We need to make sure that we're not seen.
Well, there are lots of different ways to go. We can adjust if we see anything.
And we must hurry. And I just wait for them to get back.
And I
So that-
grab him by the throat,
Whoa.
Mhm.
Geisel, and he's small, right?
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
big, and I grab him and I say, "Can we trust you?"
Have I proven that already?
I don't know. You have what you want. Can we trust you?
Of course. I didn't have to come here with you.
Do I believe him?
Roll an insight.
I get a 15 plus 0. I get a 15.
15. Yeah, you definitely believe him, and you can see the kind of hurt in his eyes since he volunteered to come and help you further even after getting
I'm
his
sorry.
sister.
I'm sorry. I just have to be sure. This place is awful. And you have what you want, and I don't know if you really truly want to leave this place or not.
Are you kidding? I want to go. Yes, let's go.
I think he
Then
does.
take us.
Yeah, we're just
Then
waiting
take us.
here for them to get back.
I'm just
I'm gonna
waiting
go
for
talk
you.
and just scout for our way out, just to make sure no one is coming to the house or
Okay.
is coming at our backs there.
Okay. And so, Dagmara, you and Tevin are removing the robe off of the necromancer and getting Tevin dressed. And that trunk also had some shoes and whatnot, so you're going to be able to outfit him up. Seville, you make your way up the stairs. Again, it's about 20 feet up to the next level. And roll a perception check for me.
That's 17.
No, this is further up, not back the way we were going.
No, this is the way that you came.
Yeah,
so
this
he's
is-
Okay,
going up.
great.
so as your head, starts to rise up enough to look at that first floor, you scout around. You don't see anybody. Everything seems to be as you left it. The front door is closed. You still see under the door from this unique angle. You can see that strong flickering firelight to the room that it's on your right now, but when you came in, it was on your left. And it's softer on the room on the opposite side.
Yeah, so I'm gonna look down, wave them up, and I want to go listen at that door.
Okay. And just to remind you that there is a staircase that continues,
Yeah,
that goes
go
up to the next level. Okay. So which one? You're going to go to the one with the stronger firelight? The one
Yeah,
that was
the one I saw when I looked in there.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a door ajar. That one.
Okay. So you go up and listen. You can hear the faint crackle and popping of the fire. You don't hear any talking or anything else.
Wait, I just got a great idea. Remember where you stashed your thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's go.
What do you mean?
Let's teleport back to where you buried
We
it.
can't. That's only me
Oh.
or someone else. And if Tevin was going to be injured, I would have stuck the ring on him and sent him home. But I don't know if he can travel in the snow by himself. But it only takes one person.
Oh.
Ah. Well, it's good to know that you could get out of a jam.
Yeah. But if it happens, yeah, I'd go back in and get you guys. But no, that was for if Tevin couldn't travel with us or someone goes down here, slip the ring on and you can get back to Luke North.
Yeah.
Safe.
Although that could backfire too. We slip the ring on him and he appears there and we don't even know what's there.
Right in front of a drake
Yeah, that
in
would
the
be
snow.
I'm going to run upstairs and see if we can find more robes. If we can all be disguised, perhaps we can get out of here more easily.
All right,
Okay.
so I'm
I
gonna,
really think you should stay still. I think we should all stay together. But I mean, do what you will, Erised.
Are you going to the first floor or to the second floor?
The second floor, the
Okay.
stairwell that goes up.
So okay, I didn't know if you were all still already on the first floor with Seville. Okay. We'll say you all join him there. But yeah, you continue on. You go to the second floor. As you come up, you see there's like a landing. It's smaller than the first floor with several doors. There are a lot of doors. And a couple of them are open. And you see the top of the stairs right behind you, kind of off to the right. It looks like kind of like a rudimentary bathroom. It's empty. Door is slightly open. Across the way is a door. It's also slightly open. Looks like it goes into a bedroom. So that's two out of. There are actually 8 doors on this floor. And then you look up and you see that again, this cylindrical hole that's in the floor goes up to these crystal panes of glass over the top over this that must have caught sunlight and carried it down this tube to the bottom floor.
I run back down and I say, Seville, there are 8 doors. It looks like living quarters. They may have extra robes. We could use them as disguises, but I don't want to hold back everybody, but I'm quite worried about how we can get out of here. And I'm not disguised. I'm very conspicuous. I'm rather tall and I have no robes.
Here, I'll take off my robe and give it to her. I want to check out this room. I'll come with you upstairs if we need to, but there's something I saw through the window here. There's a fireplace within, but there's a door that was cracked open. I want to see if we can get any intel.
Quiet, you guys.
Tabitha, are you sort of feeling like third wheel, sort of? You know what I mean?
No, I'm just thinking that we're all
I'm
gonna
just
get caught.
saying,
We
you
need to get
know.
out of here.
No, I understand. It's just that now that Tevin and Dagmara are reunited, and of course, you know, Seville and Arasat, whatever their situation is. So, like, and I get it. I know. I mean, you're like a sister to me. It's not that I would, you know. But no, I'm in full agreement. We should absolutely get the hell out of here.
All right, Seville, what are you doing?
Yeah.
For shits and giggles, I want to open the door.
So as you're having this conversation, you look over at Seville, and he just opens this door. And so you see a really beautiful study. The walls are lined with bookshelves, and there's a beautiful solid wood desk in the front. Some kind of parchment on top. There's a skull, human skull there, and there's a candelabra type thing. And the candles are not lit. On the right-hand side, there's a fireplace that is quite a large fire that's roaring. The seat is pushed back There's a big window behind that looks out to the building next door. And there's no one in here.
All right. I'm going to turn back and look at Otto and kind of mouth the words library books and kind of I'm going to walk into the desk. As I'm going in, though, I want to see that the window, leading outside into or seeing the next building, I don't get seen by someone looking out somewhere there. So I want to sneak over to the.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
To
gonna
the
dilly.
desk.
You're gonna dilly dally in here. I knew it.
All right, you sneak over to the desk.
Yeah, I want to see if there's parchments, any things. I want to see if anything's trapped in the drawers or anything I can find quick to get some intel.
The first thing you see on top of the desk is a large parchment that is unrolled and is held down with 4 gold coins in each corner. And it is very clearly a map of Anacroli. And there are hand-drawn with this, and there's a quill nearby with this black ink, 5 points on the map that look
How do
like
you
they
do?
were.
I'll take the coins and pluck them off. And is it dry?
Yeah, it's dry and it rolls up.
Yeah, I'll roll it up and put it in my furs.
Okay.
Anything in the desk I can quickly look. Any drawers, anything?
No drawers in this one.
All right. Quickly scanning the shelves for any books that stick out.
Do an investigation check.
I sort of 11.
Looking over the books, it's not a bunch of evil tomes. You actually wonder if these were property of the previous owners. You go across, you see there are several things that mention Grian, which this used to be the Grian Academy. There are books of deities, nothing that really kind of jumps out at you that looks all that interesting. A lot of them don't have any kind of titling on the outside spine.
Okay. And I'm just doing a once over to see if there's anything else in the room, any open doorways, anything, and if not, leaving.
There's a door that when you came in to your left that was slightly open, which that led to the window that you saw from the street the first time.
Okay. Yep.
That room looks dark. You can't really see much through the open doorway. And then there's a doorway opposite leading into another room, but it's closed.
Is he alone or am I with him?
He's alone, I think.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can come in with me. I'm just going to take a little sniff and a peek through that door to see if I catch a scent or something like that.
The one that's open?
Yeah.
Impatiently, I go in after. I say, Seville, what are you doing? You're constantly searching around. Oh.
I've got a map. Don't worry.
Okay.
I found something that can help us.
And I see all the books and everything, and then I decide.
You're gonna putz around in here next, aren't you?
No. I just decide to do detect portal to see if I can sense any portals
Interesting.
within a mile of us.
Yes.
Within a mile.
In case there is like one of those amazing where you pull a book and it just like turns into a
kind of like
secret
a
revolving
bat
door.
cave, little bat cave kind of
Yeah,
vibe with the
yeah,
statue's
yeah,
head.
exactly.
Along with,
With the pole, the fireman's pole behind
Yeah.
it.
And we all just slide down it back into safety.
Totally
Uh,
Scooby-Doo style.
All right, so Erisette, as you close your eyes and Seville starts to go kind of explore that slightly open doorway, and you reach out with that arcane ability that you have, you can sense there are 3 portals. They're not that close. One is fairly close. You could tell is probably a couple hundred feet away, and from the direction that you came, and then one to your extreme left and one to your extreme right, all within that mile.
Huh. Well, it's not here, but there's a way to get out of here somehow.
And
Are we all
Seville,
back together now, or what?
you guys are at the top of the stairs as these two are checking out this room. And Seville, as you start to look in there, you see the edge of another skeleton standing there in that room.
Dad, let's get
Let's
out.
go.
I'm going to quietly Actually, I'm not even going to touch the door. I'm just going to back out. I'm going to look at Erisette, go in her mind, and just say, we've got another skeleton buddy, right? Into the next room. Let's back out of here.
Okay.
And then I walk out and kind of go out with Erisette and quietly close the door.
Are Dagmara and Tevin with us? Are we all
Yeah.
together?
Yep. And now Tevin is wearing a robe and has some clothes on underneath it, and Dagmara is still supporting him.
And
Guys, let's roll.
I kind of smell Seville on me in this robe that he's given me, and I have a kind of mixed feeling of gratitude and disgust and
You don't know.
arousal.
You kind of like
Yeah,
hate
kinda
yourself.
like-
You kind of hate yourself because of how much you like the smell a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Are we going? Or do you want to search the whole place?
No, let's
Sure,
go.
let's search the whole
Let's
place.
go.
Thank you.
Let's fight the skellies.
Thank you. I
Let's
don't
get
want
out
you
of
to
here.
fucking search the whole place. Let's go.
Listen,
Let's get
there's
out
a
of here.
portal. I sensed the portal when I was in there following Seville on his, you know how he
Look,
is.
may
But
I
anyway,
may I say something?
Yes.
We know a way out.
oh,
These portals, we don't know. They could be dangerous. They could be booby trapped. Who
Oh.
knows? Let's just get the hell out of here the way that we know. Yeah, come on.
well, all right. I at least have a robe now, as long as and I'm less conspicuous now.
The
So I
quicker
guess
we
if we-
do it, if they're all
Okay.
gathered and up to something, then we'll do it while they're distracted.
Either way, how about those who don't have robes can just stay towards the middle of our group, and otherwise we'll pretend to be.
I'm without a robe, but I just like duck underneath
Yeah.
Otto.
And
Yeah.
it got
He's
us.
very large.
it
now that
got
he's
us
carrying a
here.
man.
It got us here, and we have a
Mhm.
guide who knows the way. I mean, Otto is all but being like trying to hurry everyone along, or else
Yeah.
he fears.
Okay,
we're-
Otto.
It ain't gonna happen.
Okay. So, Geizel looks, he opens the door very quietly, peers out. The street looks empty. Let's go. Come on. And he darts across the street and over into the shadow of the building on the other side. You guys all file out and follow. I want everybody, are you going to move quickly, stealthily? How do you want to move?
I think we'd be stealthy.
Stealthily.
Yeah.
All right,
Very
roll a stealth
stealthily.
check for everyone.
Everybody.
And
Yeah.
I have advantage on stealth checks because of my silent.
You
boots,
sure
guys.
do. You sure
Oh,
do.
sweet.
I rolled for
Got a
Tevin. And,
17.
okay.
I
All right.
got
and-
18.
I got. Hold on. 19.
There we
Oof,
go.
God.
Nice.
Moving
I got
on up.
15.
Awesome.
Wow. Tevin got a 19.
Nice.
We are feeling it.
You guys are crushing. What'd you get, Seville?
7.
So,
What did you trip? Did you trip on a rock?
Yeah, I'm used to the robe, and I stumbled.
yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. And you come out and you scan the street a little bit more than the rest, making sure and checking the sky again. And you just get your foot caught in the hem of that robe. And you stumble, you kind of do that, pum, 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 pum,
No,
as your
I
feet
don't
get.
have the robe. I'm used to having the
Oh,
robe.
oh,
but
okay.
Erisette has it.
Well,
I'm just looking up in the sky.
you
on
just
my
trip.
robe.
You just trip over a big stone
Nice.
and almost go down, but manage to right yourself. And Geizel turns around, shh, which is also kind of loud. And then
All right.
and then he
I
turns
turn
and
around behind me and I say shh, and I keep going.
okay. All right, and Geizel.
Ridiculous.
Sully. All right. So Geizel, once again, he's scurrying along this building. That tall wall to the next tier is on your right. And he runs up to the edge of the next building and looks over and looks clear. And he starts running again. You're all right there. You pass the other building and you see on your left that tree is looming there. And you see it's kind of, it's moving a little bit. Like the whole tree is kind of twisting softly. And Erisette, where are you in the line? You're pretty close to the front, right? Or can't remember. Should have
not
asked your
sure.
marching order.
Yeah.
Well, as I recall, it was Geizel first.
Geisel's first, yep.
And then it was, I believe, Tabby, right? And then
I'm
Well, Tabby's under
underneath
your cloak.
Oh, so yeah. So I'm actually in the middle. I know it was Geizel. I can't remember who the next couple, then me, and then.
My fault. I should have asked for marching orders.
But, I mean, you did earlier, and I don't
Mhm.
think we've changed it as far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well then, Seville, I'll say you're at the front, and maybe
Okay, so I'm near Seville because I'm right in front of
Okay.
him. So
Erisette, you glance down and you throw your arms out and you grab Seville and stop him. Geisel's already ahead, and you say, Geizel! And he skids to a stop, and you all see now that this whole area is covered in those black, creeping veins, these vines that have climbed out of the tree, and they're already starting to wrap up Geisel's legs. And
Oh dear.
and Tabitha, you feel in your pocket the shaking of the golden tree again, like it's fighting to get away, like it is scared.
Oh boy.
Could we try? Does this seem possible to like grab him by the arms and try to
Yeah.
yank him free and
Yeah.
run back like away from
Yeah.
these tentacles?
He's only about 6 feet away. These tentacles are everywhere and kind of hidden in between the cracks of the cobblestone walkway. So you would definitely
Okay.
have to cross over them to get to him.
Very quickly, I duck out from underneath Otto's legs, and I use my blink dagger to try to get the one on his legs, one of the vines on his legs cut, and then
Okay.
I recall my dagger.
All right, throw it. Roll your attack. Tell me what you get.
Ooh, I got an 18, and then
Ooh.
do I do like an attack? Okay, so
Yeah, it's just your-
dagger
it's just your-
plus 5,
Yep.
18, 19, 20.
Yeah. So
Okay, so 23, and then 1d4. Okay, yes, that was 23 to hit.
yeah. So you hear Erisette stop everybody, and you duck out to see what's going on, and you see Geisel's like as the vines start to creep up his legs, and you just throw and sever one. They're about, I think, two major ones that are kind of really wrapping around, and you just cut it clean in two, and the dagger starts ding
Tabitha.
ding ding ding, and it goes on the pavement, and you recall it back to your hand, and it appears in your hand again, and he's like and he reaches down and tries to cut one, and he's panicking. He's like, his blade is just hitting the ground. He's missing the vine. And then boom, he's on his side. He's getting pulled
So I'm gonna hit it.
slowly
I'm gonna
towards the
use my hand
tree.
crossbow.
Okay, go ahead, roll an attack. Help!
Can I throw my
help!
rope and try to grab him like lasso style? If
Yeah.
I throw him the rope?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh
grab
my
this,
god,
Geizel.
Wonder Woman.
Nice.
Yeah.
Grab this,
11?
Geizel, grab this.
11. So you're trying to move, but he's getting pulled away, and you just, poof, and the bolt just misses and scatters off into the
I'm
darkness.
gonna try
Alright.
my dagger again. Can I?
Well,
Hold on, Erisette, you grab
Did you
your
get my
rope
rope?
that's on your pack as a ranger that you are. You get it in no time. Throw it out to him, and just do a. How do I want to do this?
how
just
far
roll a
away are we
20.
from the tree?
Whatever it is, I
You're-
got a 17.
You
Whatever
are
you want me to roll.
about 40 feet away from the tree.
Well, I'm still using a bonus action, so
Okay, well, hold on. We're not in initiative yet. One sec.
okay.
Erisette, yeah, you throw it to him, no problem. And he grabs it and holds it, and you can feel the strength of the pull as you're trying to hold him, and it's wrapping tighter around his legs.
Yeah.
Pull!
Hold on! Hold on!
Okay, roll a strength check for me.
Is
Seville,
there
what are you
any
doing?
way, like any of the others could like help her and like make
Yeah.
it a
Yeah,
greater
of course.
tug of war?
Yeah, you just reach over and start grabbing the rope.
Yeah.
Help me! Help me! I'm not very strong. I'm tall, but I'm weak.
Yeah.
Then,
But I just go back and like as Erisette is pulling, I just kind of help her out and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
train of just pulling.
I got it.
him.
I got a 12.
Okay, I say with three of you jumping on that rope, you start to pull him back, and he starts. You can see that the vines are cutting into his leg, but you are pulling him slowly back towards you.
Seville, keep shooting.
I'm gonna hit him with hit it with a mine hammer, just to stun the tree.
Okay,
Interesting.
Stun
Go ahead.
the tree with a mind hammer. Sure.
It's a
the
con
wood.
save.
I am on it.
Con save for the tree. Hold on. Okay. Okay. 22.
Yeah, it totally fails.
And Seville, in that moment that you connect with that tree, you feel this presence like a wave smashing into your face. Roll a wisdom save for me.
Oh boy. Quick
Can I
question.
try
what-
with the dagger to try to
Well-
get him free?
Yeah, and I
You
think.
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Otto. Go ahead. And
I was just gonna ask. I want to just have a little picture of what's going on. So I know the tentacles are everywhere. Is there any like levels to this in terms of like? Is there a higher walkway around this? Is there any way that I can tell to traverse it? I'm
so,
starting to think ahead in case we can get him free. Like how we can get past this. Does anything seem possible?
Yeah, so as I said before, the tree is situated in this pool, and again, the tree's about 40, maybe 50 feet away from you. It's sitting in this black liquid that surrounds it that goes off about 15 feet away from the trunk, with those little blue flames going around that circular base. It's wide open for about another 20 feet from the edge of this pool to several buildings that surround this open area.
But then where is the way that we came from when we
This is
passed
the
it?
way that you came. You just kind of ran across in front of it.
outside, right?
So
Yeah.
I guess my question is there enough untentacled ground that I could get from where I am now?
Roll a perception check.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to see if the path is clear to get from where I am now to the way that we came and get around these.
In the very steps that you took before, you can see it's completely covered. But roll perception, and we'll see if you can find a way
Yeah.
through.
Okay, I got 16. And yeah, I'm looking for, if not that way, any other way, including like up and around along the walls or anything.
Yeah. So it's from where you are. It's about another 15 feet to the edge of the wall that goes up on the next tier.
Yeah.
And there is a staircase very close by that goes up to that tier. You can see that the vines don't quite reach the wall. It looks like there might be a narrow foot to foot and a half away from the wall where the vines haven't reached yet. Seville, what did
Yeah.
you get?
13.
So as you guys are trying to pull Smitrel, Seville, you just feel this presence enter your mind. And it is an overwhelming oppression of darkness. And you take... I rolled a 1. You take 1 point of psychic damage as you are trying to fight this control for your mind. You can feel that it is literally trying to take you over.
Nice.
All right. What are the rest of you doing?
We're
I
just
want
pulling, trying to get him free.
I want to do a last ditch effort with my dagger.
Okay, make an attack. Oops, what happened?
Okay, I got a 12.
Okay. Our windows just got all skewed.
Mm.
Don't know why it does that sometimes. Okay, you got a 12?
And I think we lost the Czar's feed somehow.
Oh,
Yeah, she just winked out.
that's why.
Blink daggered us.
She blinked out.
She blinked out. Okay, well, hopefully she'll join us back.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep, she's gone. All right, hold on, stand by.
Sure, no problem.
I'm gonna let that go until hopefully she comes back. We just don't have you on camera right now, Chad and Maddie. All right, sorry. What did you get again?
12.
12. Yeah. So you throw your dagger and it just misses it, and it's he's just twisting and fighting, and your dagger just misses. You recall it back to your hand. I'm gonna allow you one more chance if you want. Otherwise, I think we're gonna have to go into initiative here.
Yes, I'll do one more chance.
Okay.
Okay, 13.
13 actually just hits.
Yes.
So this time, that second one snaps, and you see the tension that was under on that vine just rivels or swivels back towards the tree, and you guys almost fall backwards as you pull Geizel over to you.
Okay, and then can we run, guys?
Yeah, I point out
Otto,
to you
yeah.
guys exactly that thin stretch, if we hurry, of the staircase, and I like yell, "Let's all head there, quickly!" And I even though I'm carrying a guy over my shoulder, I move with all the strength and speed I can that direction.
Okay, awesome, great. And so Chad, with Otto, with you leading the way, you managed to avoid the rest of those vines, and Tabitha, the whole time you feel that tree is just fighting and fighting, like it wants to run away and fighting inside your pocket that you put it in.
Okay.
Hold on a sec. Erisette is trying to get back in.
Sure.
Let me send her the link again. Stand by, everybody.
And then I'm noticing in the chat there is a debate about whether it is octopuses or octopi.
It's octopuses.
Octopuses.
Uh-oh.
Yes.
You know, there was once a pretty active negotiation in a video I did with BuzzFeed. I said cactuses.
Well, that's incorrect.
I looked it up, and you can say either cacti or cactuses.
Okay.
So.
Okay, but I still forward the fact that it's way more fun to say cacti.
That's true. Erisette, or Azar, turn your camera sideways and then right it again. Like you can take the whole tripod and turn it sideways.
Or we'll
Sorry,
just
guys.
go.
Oh, hello.
And now right it again. Boom.
Nice.
Okay.
Yay.
All
she
right.
is.
Okay. All.
We got him free.
So now we just put you all back in your little things, and we'll be off again. Stand
I've been
by.
very effective in not being effective in battle today.
All right.
And it's like y'all are doing all the work for me.
So Maddie is a czar, and
Yeah. Not, oh,
Chad is Maddie,
Sorry,
and
guys.
Azar is Chad.
Don't worry about it.
I like it. You all know
So
who
yes.
we are by now.
Okay.
You guys.
How many? I'll say this to you. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
God.
8.
Tentacles.
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 That's so good. I love that.
Oh
that,
my God.
That bummed me out.
I can't find it.
So happy.
Oh
There
my
it
gosh,
is.
yes. They love it.
I love
they
that.
love it.
I love
Okay.
Tentacles.
Sorry. At this
Tentacles.
very exciting moment, I got to move all your windows around. Okay, and we're back. Okay.
Sorry,
Otto,
guys.
you lead the way, stepping carefully, pointing out that the ground is covered with these creeping vines as they're reaching out and they're searching for you. You make your way past this open area, back towards the buildings again, and hold on. Good, all clear still. Geizel is thanking you and limping. You could see there's blood running down his leg from where the tentacles were cutting into his skin. It's this way, come. I told you I didn't like that tree. And gets you back to the wall again, and it's all clear here. He looks all over. He leads you back. You rush back a couple of the buildings. Opens up. Go, 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 go. You all
Yeah.
slip into the stairs.
Yeah.
He jumps in behind you. And everybody is breathing hard, and his sister is still there, and she just reaches out. Oh my God, I can't believe.
Yeah.
So you were supposed to go. You were supposed to leave. I wasn't gonna leave you. Not till I knew you were safe.
I would have been so pissed if we had to go back without him.
Yes.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yep.
Let's go. Let's not waste time. Let's go. It's time. We can leave. Let's go. And so
Sounds, guys.
You guys make your way down the secret tunnel. Hold hands! Once again, linking up as you step into this impenetrable darkness. And after a moment, you emerge out of the chest of this giant demon holding those daggers in this cavernous room. And he leads you across back the way that you guys came. He doesn't go back down his hole.
And I
Come.
just turn to Tevin real quick and I say, Tevin, do you remember any of this?
No, I don't remember any of this. When I woke up, I was in the city. I remember parting from you and going through that field, and we could talk about it later. I was so scared when you disappeared and I couldn't find you again.
We're going to safety.
Okay.
Keep me right
And you guys all make your way down those stairs back into that one hallway. If you remember, the moment you entered, it curves around to the left. The doors of the wall, I should say, the solid wall appears. And so what are you going to do? You're in this dark hallway now.
Do we see
Tabitha-
the torches?
Yeah.
Same-
The same torches are out that Tabby had lit before.
Light them again.
Okay, so Tabitha goes, jumps up and lights them again, and the hallway once again snaps back straight, and the ends are gone, and you see that room that you first entered with the murals painted of all the necromantic scenes and the braziers with the blue flame. And you race out, go back, and that little hallway, and you see there's a path where you had entered before, but it's now closed off with this big block of stone. You
There's
remember?
suddenly a big block of stone.
You remember when you were in this room before that you heard it? It was
Yeah, so
closing
I'm gonna
behind you.
look for a little necromantic symbol and try
Do
to find
a-
something
Yep.
I could.
Do an investigation check.
That is I believe 18.
And you 18, yeah, and you see there is a little spot, and you see Geizel's been looking for like a necklace or something, and he doesn't have it, but you spot that little indentation in the wall, and take it, necklace, poop, and you hear, and you step back as you see the whole wall is coming towards you. You get back into the hallway as it passes, and you see that statue go past you again, and you feel the cold air whipping out from the darkness, from the snow
Hurry
beyond.
through. It closes up again quickly. Hurry through. Hurry
Yeah.
through.
And you all race outside again in the snow as it's crystalline a little bit icy here because it's getting so cold and windy out here. So hold your weight a moment before you sink through the foot deep snow. And you hear behind you. And Geizel suddenly stops and says, look around. Make sure the Drake isn't here.
And at that moment, I take my longbow and I whip Tevin across the face as he falls down into the snow. And
What?
I just say, you are never going to live, mortal. Never.
You're never going to what?
To live.
And as you all, shocked disbelief, watch this happen, we're going to leave it there tonight.
What? Oh no.
You've been bad the whole time.
I don't know.
Well, I do.
I don't know. No.
I don't like it. I
We'll
thought we were
have to find
friends.
out.
I was
We
just.
had a moment, you and me. We had like a verklempt moment where we were like compassionate humans.
It was all
doing
lies.
everything.
You got
Oh, hey.
played. You got played.
It's just
man.
it's a,
I
it's just
did.
a marital spat. Don't get in between the
Dang.
couple.
I know, right?
Who
Something
knows what would have happened? Someone probably
trouble
left.
at home.
Yep, someone didn't take out the garbage on time.
Serves him right. Serves him right.
No,
So,
no,
yeah.
there's no excuse for domestic violence.
No, no,
Uh,
no. Just joking.
Just gonna step in there and let everybody know.
Yeah, don't inject Clorox. Just have
No.
to say it.
No,
Yeah, yeah,
do not do that.
Oh my god! Please don't drink bleach, you guys.
If you're
Don't.
watching D&D stream, you're already above average intelligence. They're not
Yeah,
going to do that.
shouldn't have
So,
shouldn't have to say it.
yeah. Well, everybody, that was a wild ride. Very
But
thank you all. Thank you for all of our new followers and our new subscribers and all of that. Thank you for the love. Thank you for participating in our huge giveaway. Make sure if you haven't yet, go check it out. Go to our Twitter. Look for that. Follow all of the clicks to get the entries. Best of luck to you. It's a huge prize. Again, $100 Jordan Forge, $100 for D&D Beyond content, and $100 for dice with Level Up Dice, and a painted mini from Peter, and a subscription to our channel. Huge package.
So much.
That's
That's a
our.
lot
It's big.
Is
It's a
that
big
all
one.
for one winner?
That's
Or
all
is
in
that
one.
to
That's
various
winner
winners?
takes all.
takes all.
Yeah.
Goodness
Come on.
gracious.
This is our social distancing big giveaway. No, this is it. Yeah. So, again, we love you all. Thank you for spending your Monday night with us. Thank you for letting us make your Monday a hell of a lot better. And we'll see you next week.
Bye guys.
All right.
Until then.
Bye bye. And a special thank you to Jamie and Mike and all of our loyal fans. We love you all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Stay healthy.
Yeah. Stay
Yes.
safe.
Bye,
See you
guys.
next
Stay
week.
happy.